All right. Welcome back, everyone. Last
Hello.
week, we had last week you spent a fair bit of time on a debatable question of what to and not to poison. But yeah. So before we kick off into anything important here, or kick off into the session itself here, go ahead and get you guys able to see the camera. And there we go. Now, a bit of an important announcements to make. We will not be having Thorn anymore with us for the time being.
Oh no.
Oh?
Oh no.
Unfortunately, his scheduling is currently just too unpredictable, and he doesn't know until basically day of how his schedule is going to be.
Curse you work.
Functionally.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
for the time being, he will be dropping out. Now, we've already discussed this, and I will be writing his character out through his backstory. So you guys will have him just for this fight, and then he will be removed. Alright, that needs to actually be there because there are gnolls pounding on that door. And you guys, if you remember correctly, are on the rooftop.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right. Ooh.
For the foreseeable future.
So I'm going to go back home to his fiance with his money.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's unfortunate, but what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of us need to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Anyway, so with that unfortunate news out of the way, you're not raging right now. I will just be controlling Thorn for this session, just to make things quick and simple.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and get things started, shall we? As the recap, like I said, you guys are on the roof. Moonbeam was dropped in front of this door because there were gnolls pounding on it. You have an elevated platform over here. Let's go ahead and get started. What are you doing?
I don't know if we're still in turn order or not.
Not at the moment.
Okay. I don't even remember what turn order was.
Yeah.
So.
I think
Neither do I.
That's fine.
I think we were going to take care of the archers really quick.
The watchtower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that will put us in light for people at the other watchtowers to see us too, though. But it
are
is
we all
probably...
going up?
Well, we're all on the roof already.
Oh, okay. So we can all already be seen.
Well, we're not in any light at the moment.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is I can make one person invisible.
I think having an invisible rat come out of nowhere and punch the shit out of a guy would be incredibly distracting, personally.
I
it's,
think so. Yeah.
There's unfortunately 3 people there.
Yeah,
Yeah, and once you throw a punch, you're visible again. So it may be of limited use, but I wanted to.
But it could be of some use.
Offer what abilities I have.
I mean, we still got
people coming from below.
Yeah, the ones pounding on the door. So
the moment. They're
Well,
not
they did just get
Curiosity.
moonbeamed, so I think probably they're going to have a tougher time breaking down the door.
This is true.
Yes.
They will at least not come in here fresh.
No.
And again, harder
How-
to break down a door that is setting you on fire.
Yes.
How far is the wall from the watchtower?
From this
Like
tower,
the wall to the compound? Yeah.
this tower is built into the wall. So these outer here
Okay.
is the wall, is the exterior wall of the fort.
Okay. So I say we take out the 3 guys in the fort, or the watchtower, and if we start getting too many guys coming, we can just bail over the wall and run away.
Uh,
Okay.
one way
Since
to
our
handle it.
position's kind of blown anyway.
Yeah.
Because the
Right,
gate is on the other side of the compound, so it will take them time to go out that way to come get us, because I don't think they're going to get the hyenas to go over the wall.
Hyenas are not known to climb, in my experience.
No.
And then there's what we did to them.
Yeah.
Barfing hyenas are not known to be more cooperative.
No.
No.
So, I guess those of you who can do distance things, be prepared to strike back at anyone firing at us from the other watchtowers.
Dori has
And
her
I-
crossbow out.
Bruno will take his longbow out.
Lantern thinks she's going to be more useful using Moonbeam than a sling.
That's fair.
Probably, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's potential.
So there's 3 guys in the watchtower. Should we send 2 of us or 3 of us over there to deal with them real quick?
Me and
Me and you go, and we leave Thorn here to help guard the rooftop entrance.
yeah, not a bad idea.
All right,
Ooh.
because Thorn with Bruno, Lantern, and Dori should be fine to handle people coming out of the stairwell, since they won't be able to rush out all at once. And hopefully the 2 of us can take out those 3 guys quickly.
Has anybody checked the door that you've moonbeamed?
I'm going to look out over there.
The ledge.
So long as moonbeam is kept up, they're not going to try and beat down the door.
I'm just going to keep doing that. That'll be what I'm keeping an eye on these guys for now.
Okay. They would definitely have time to go take out the watchtower. And I guess you guys be ready to deal with anyone firing at us from a distance.
Yep.
Thorn would offer to come help with the watchtower since he's better with the glaive than he is with his bow in past experience.
Yes,
Understandable.
since they're not gonna approach the door while Moonbeam's up, might as well.
Thorn, you also hit hard.
Exactly.
All
Kill them
right.
fast. That way, we only have to worry about the ones in the far watchtowers and the ones in the courtyard, and as far as we know, at least.
Yep. Okay, so
Do you want to try to sneak up on them, or do you think they already know we're coming?
I don't think I'm not gonna be sneaking up on anyone. I don't think.
That is true. You 2 are both very clanky. Fiona's just looking at both Vellos and Thorn.
Honestly, not really even worth the effort. Let's just rush them.
Okay. So you guys are barreling up the stairs.
Fiona will keep pace with the other two. There's no point in jumping in alone.
Nope.
Honestly, Vellos could fly up while Thorn
how-
rushes.
What's your fly
As a
speed?
reminder that this does have a rooftop covering.
Right, he
Yeah.
can't fly in. Never mind. Forgot about that.
Nope, you're good. Just as a reminder.
Thank you. Rushing up the stairs it is.
Okay, so as you come up the stairs, you are met with 3 gnolls, all of which in their own armor. And okay, so let me grab who else is going up. You 3?
Yep.
Reminder, if anybody else wants to join at this point, now would be the time to mention it. Otherwise, if you feel the need to join, you will need to roll into initiative from basically keeping watch over the ledge.
Yeah, I'm just holding on to Moonbeam for now.
For the sake of my own simplicity.
Yep.
Y'all are on a riser. There. I really should get myself some Knoll minis, but maybe another time.
Bruno will also go.
Okay, Bruno's also going.
Yeah,
Alright.
those two aren't currently dealing with being attacked, and the other three are heading into combat. Might as well have the main healer go.
And both Lantern and Dori can heal, so
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Back to Mason Shield, Bruno, or
Yeah. If he's going to be going into melee, it's better to, have his Mason shield instead of his longbow.
The ever classic hat to indicate somebody else. I mean, it's useful. Yeah, okay. So as you come up, you have these two guys, sword shield, wearing chain. This guy is also wearing chain, but has a morning star which crackles with electricity in his hands.
Oh.
that's interesting.
Ooh.
That looks dangerous.
And like something that we can take when we're done.
Yes.
Yeah. That looks useful.
Dangerous, but lucrative.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly.
Alright, let's go ahead and get initiative counts out.
Yeah.
Window.
You get to roll for Thorn now.
Yep.
Hey, that's actually pretty decent for me.
Oh, good for you guys.
Same with me.
Not bad. Not bad at all for Thorn. Oop. Okay. Okay, 25 to 20.
We didn't get that good.
Oh dear. Okay.
Nope.
Uh,
19 to 15.
19.
18.
Okay. 14 to 10.
13.
Okay. And I believe... got Thorn. Thorn on a 14.
All right.
In a rare instance of Thorn going before Fiona.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and take it off with these two guys.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they got a
rolled well.
20 on their initiative.
That'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go ahead and start with... We're gonna go and start with an attack on Thorn. Yes, you do. Alright, that's a 22. Ouch. Okay, 6. No. Well, that's disappointing. That's only 4 damage. And then for the multi-attack. Well, that's a 12. That's not hitting. Next guy moving up. We're going to go ahead and swing for Fiona. Because she looks like she's lightly armored.
I mean, she's
On
not really
a
wearing...
9 to hit.
No.
How's
She's
that-
not really wearing armor, so that makes sense.
How's that on the backswing? 21 to hit.
That will hit her.
Okay, that's going to be 6 slashing damage.
All right.
And that's going to go ahead and bring things over to Bruno.
Bruno is going to. He's going to. Yeah, a level 1 cure wounds on Fiona.
All right.
She's the one directly in front of me, right?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, so level 1 cure wounds on Fiona. Alright, where's spells? There's spells. For 6 points of healing.
Haha! I get all of that back.
Oh.
Nice.
Way to negate the enemy's last turn. Woo!
Oh, yeah, no, that damage was split between 2 people. Sorry. And
Why?
then I'm going to... Actually, that'll end my turn.
Okay. Unless you're up.
So the one with the crackling morning star, that one, okay. He is also wearing chainmail?
Yes.
I was hoping you would say that.
I know what you were going to do. You
Yep.
finally have an opportunity to use this spell.
And I am going to take full advantage. Vellos is going to point at that guy and cast heat metal
Okay.
on his chainmail.
Metal. Heat metal. Metal, the most hypocritical spell of druids. They won't wear metal armor, but they sure will cast heat metal on everything metal.
Well, yeah, that's why they won't wear metal armor.
Well, the smell... let's see here. Okay, it
He
is
will-
concentration. That's about it. Okay.
Yes, he immediately takes 2d8 fire damage.
Just as remember, Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. So,
Right. Not the greatest.
It is a bonus action to do it, but it is also not your action to do it.
yes. It's your
True.
action to cast, but other than that...
And he also needs to make it. He also needs to do a con
That is
save.
only if you put it on the weapon he's holding. So that Constitution saving throw applies only to carried objects in their hands.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. As that's a con save to see whether or not they drop it.
No, if the creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage,
Yeah.
drop it if they can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage. And on attack
Yeah, so-
rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn.
Yeah, so you can't exactly drop the armor you're wearing.
True, but the con save is to...
It is to see if it drops the object.
Huh.
It's worded weirdly. It's worded poorly, but the whole purpose of that con save is just for dropping the object if it has heat metal cast on it.
Okay, the fact that it says "or wearing" the thing confused me. Then
Yeah.
that's annoying. But
If a creature is holding or wearing the object, takes damage from it. Yeah, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can.
Yeah, so the Constitution saving throw would be, I think, to
Hold on. Jim's choice.
We've had this
It-
discussion last campaign. It's
must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can.
Yeah, because it specifies if it can.
yeah, you can't exactly drop armor that you're wearing.
So he'll just automatically have disadvantage on his saving throws or ability checks. Or on attack rolls and ability checks, not saving
Yes.
throws.
Yeah.
Okay. So it can't drop the object, so there's no point in rolling a Constitution saving throw.
Exactly.
I thought...
The Constitution saving throw is, I think, to maintain holding the hot object.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now-
kind of why
now that
you
makes-
can't drop armor that you're wearing.
Right, so he still gets the debuff, he just can't resist it, or...
Basically.
Okay,
They're both trying to resist the effect.
Right, my brain made that more complicated than it needed to be. Yeah.
I like Dice said, it's not worded well.
There's a lot of spells in here that aren't exactly worded cleanly, and they do not fix that in 6th edition.
Of course not.
Okay,
Why,
well,
why would they fix that?
Because they were too busy doing... We're not going to talk about it here.
glad that is cleared up. He is in for a bad time.
I'm going to carry through with my mistake with this model. Gotta rotate you here. This guy is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, just barely.
Oh, he's a smart one.
Yes. Yes, he is. He's going to first go ahead and swing down on Thorn.
Oh, he gets double flank.
And that's going to be a... Oh, that's going to be 23 to hit. That's going to hurt. that's not too bad. That's 5 bludgeoning, 2 electrical for 8 total damage on Thorn. And then he's going to take a swing at you, Vellos. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
I am going to use dragon magic to cast shield with my reaction.
Coward.
What?
Oh, well. Okay. That brings it over to Thorn's turn. He's going to rage, as he does. Then we're going to go ahead and have you go after the first dude in front of you. We're going to have you reckless. Because there's no point in not doing it. Good thing you reckless. Okay. So that is 13, 17, 18 to hit. Okay. Yes, 18 to hit. You do so much damage. Oh, that's weird. He's performing that. Oh well. Anyways. So that's D10 plus. Yeah, it's a D10 plus 7 because of his class ability. Just gonna go ahead and. Yep, that's 17 damage. Okay.
Damn!
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, he hits hard.
Yep. No, I rolled 8. It's a shame he does not have multi. Wait, no, that's 19 because he's raging.
Oh,
Remember
Jesus.
that plus 2?
Mhm.
Thorn is a scary boy.
Barbarians
Yeah.
are scary, but they're kind of one-trick ponies. Alright, Fiona, your turn.
Yeah. Alright, well, guy with the crackly mace isn't in range of Fiona, so she's gonna circle around so she's flanking the hat guy with Vellos. Sorry to make you have to wrestle dragon wings.
No, I've got my keyboard on my lap, so I'm trying not to drop that at the same time. That's all.
Understandable.
Ooh,
Playing a dangerous game there, Dice.
I don't have a place to put the key. I'm not placing the keyboard on top of the computer because then I'll be covering the vent fans on the top.
Mm.
Yeah,
Don't
not
want
something
that.
you want to do.
And I
You know, at
keep
least the
meaning-
computer has vent fans on the top and not the bottom.
Yeah, and I keep meaning to get like an end table to put on the right of me, and I just keep not getting one every time I go to the store.
Fair. Alright, and she's
Tomorrow,
going to
3 hours from now. Somebody remind me when I go to the store to get an end table.
if I remember to wake up from sleeping, sure.
Jokes aside.
Oh wait, 3 hours from now. Yeah. Anyways, she's gonna swing at him with her short sword.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
a 22 to hit.
22 will hit.
All right. Plus 5. Was piercing damage. Okay.
Just to add
Aw.
pressure.
6 points of piercing damage.
Oh no, only 6.
But she is going to swing at him with a punch
Just for the added pressure.
for a 15.
Just, God, I cannot keep a hold of anything right now.
No,
These are your
not
friends kind of-
pressure.
These are your friends kind of grouped around the door here. Okay, so 6, 15 will not hit. That one kind of deflects off
Okay.
his shield.
All right. Well, she's going to incessant strike him.
How incessant.
1 point of damage.
Oh no.
I keep rolling 1
At
for
least
that
it's on
damage.
At least it's on the damage dice, not the attack dice.
This is true, but it sucks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue that.
Alright. This will go ahead and end her turn for now.
Alright. Takes
The scary thing is, I think Lantern can have her moonbeam chasing those guys if she really wanted to.
She could, but then she leaves the door exposed.
True. Funny mental image, though.
The real thing you do with spells like Moonbeam is carve your name into the ground, let's just be honest.
I don't think it's occurred to Lantern that she has that power, so be careful about if you want her to know that. I'm just saying, guys.
Add to the
Okay.
list of...
Now we got these guys. So... Right, that was heat metal, that's what he did. Dude with a hat, still gonna focus on you, Fiona. Because he does not like being Ooh, that is a nat 20.
Oh no!
Hold on. Did I already use that ability? I think I did.
Yeah, you did. Or, well, you used the spell.
Well, I used the ability to use it without using a spell slot. That's what I used.
Oh, okay.
Nifty.
Yep. I can use it once without a spell slot, and anytime after that I have to use a spell slot. I'm just
What are you
double checking what level it is. I'm going to use... why am I blanking on what it's called?
Silvery barbs.
Thank you. Yes, I'm going to use silvery barbs.
Never be afraid to just look at your spell sheet a second time over.
I couldn't find it because I couldn't remember. I thought it was a level 2 spell. No, it's level 1.
Okay. So you're using Silvery Barbs as your reaction.
Yep.
Well, that is now an 11.
That does not hit.
Okay, now for the backswing.
And I'm giving the advantage to Vellos.
On the backswing is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
You're not the only one rolling ones for the damage. That's 3 slashing damage.
No.
Now for the other packle. Now for the other knoll. On Thorn. Because Thorn Reckless. Oh, jeez. That is 15, 17 to hit. Thorn, what's your AC? Oof, only 14 AC. No wonder you guys got him heavy armor.
Not even.
That
Pretty sure
is
he's
going to
running
be
medium.
2 damage on Thorn. And then for the backswing on him. Oh god. It's a 13. Alright, that's not gonna hit. Alright, that's gonna take things to Bruno.
Bruno?
Bruno, the air smelling ionized. Well,
Yeah.
not really
Right.
over the smell of burning null fur.
Um.
You say
Okay,
eat,
so
then you realize these guys don't have a concept of bathing.
Oh, that's
Bruno
gonna
is very
smell
carefully
horrible.
not breathing through his nose. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, you distracted me. I'm going to move up 5 feet
Okay.
to the. I want to say closer to Fiona.
5
Yeah,
feet.
under Vellos' wings. How is Thorn doing? Because I didn't hear him take much, but I want to make sure I heard that
He's-
right.
He's looking a little rough.
All right, then I'll put a second level healing word on him,
Okay.
and that's more because I can't really get to him without provoking attacks of opportunity.
That's fair.
So, second level healing word. On Thorn for 8 points of healing.
Okay.
And then I will use my mace on the hat guy.
All right. So wing.
Yep. For a... Oof, that's not great. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
I didn't think it would. So that'll end my turn.
Okay. That's going to go ahead and move things to Vellos.
Right. Well, Vellos is going to take a swing with his red hot hammer at the guy with the morning star.
All right. Go ahead and swing.
Since Bruno gave him advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's bad.
16 will hit.
Oh, okay. Another 5.
Consistent at least, I guess.
Yeah, well, for his bonus action, he's going to make the guy burn some more through
Okay.
heat metal.
Go and roll that damage. As the air becomes even more profused.
This
That's
knoll
it.
is on fire.
That's a good sear right there.
You say that's a good sear, but I think Lantern might be angry at you burning things at this point.
Nah, it's fine. He can burn whatever he wants. We're cool. You're cool. It's okay.
I see Vellos gets a pass.
Well, just because he does it so stylishly.
I think Vellos is just getting a pass. I think Lantern is racist towards all of you except Vellos.
No, she loves all of you guys, but she loves some of you guys more than others of you guys.
Yeah.
We're all equal, but some of you are more equal than others.
Just a little bit more equal.
Clearly. Alright, that'll be it for
Go ahead and
Vellos.
take it to our Morningstar guy. Which Morningstar's not bludgeoning, is it? It's piercing.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
it's piercing.
Probably.
For some odd reason. It's just a ball with spikes on it. And a mace can be spiky as well, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Same
They're
thing like
big
last time.
spikes.
Attack on Thorn first. 9, 12. Okay, that's not going to hit Thorn. Then we're going to do an attack on Vellos. Because we don't appreciate being on fire. That's also a 12.
No.
Alright, Thorn's up. Thorn, do your reckless thing. Oh, nice. Not 20.
Oh God.
14 and a 20.
Very nice.
So we are going to need another d10 here. This one has a dinosaur in it. We're rolling that one.
Yay, Dino 10.
13, 22 damage. Okay. You're not sure how You're not sure how this guy is still standing after that blow, but he's still standing.
Ooh.
These guys are tough. Damn.
Lantern did mention these guys looked beefy.
She did.
Alright, that's going to go ahead and bring things over to Fiona.
Alright, well, she's got this guy who keeps swinging at her, so she's going to swing back, as you do. Going to start with her short sword.
As she do. 16.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit. As you kind of
Oh no,
punch into his shield.
stupid guy with the shield.
I know, so rude.
Right, so she's going to go ahead and swing at him with her fist as in a follow-up attack. That's a nat 20.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice.
So that is 2d4 plus 4 bludgeoning.
Kind of leave him open to a gut punch.
Right. You know what? She will go ahead and use a key point to make this a kidney punch.
Okay, so that's a con save.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's that's a 7.
All right. He suffers 1 point of exhaustion.
That. She really drilled into that kidney.
She did not. She was not happy about that shield. Let me tell you.
Understandable.
Lets out a barking gasp.
That's even gonna get a wince from Vellos.
Well, he now has disadvantage on ability checks, guys.
There's 2 more points to get him into attack rolls and saving throws.
I don't have that many key points yet, but he can't grapple us right now, or at least he has disadvantage on attempts to do so.
Yeah, that's something.
If we do any contested rolls with him, we have the advantage.
That is honestly a scary ability.
Speaking of which, he's not happy about being punched in the kidney.
Who is?
So few people are happy about being punched.
Yeah, you are, now that I think about it. He's gonna take a swing at Fiona.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
That's going to be a 15 to hit.
It does not hit.
And another swing at Fiona. Oh god, that's a 9.
That also does not hit.
You've thrown him off his game.
Excellent.
Alright, then for Thorn. Oh, that's a 13 to hit with advantage. Come on, man. That's the attack. That's a 10 to hit with advantage. Bruno, your turn.
Okay. Bruno is going to... Yeah. He's going to hit his mace again.
Okay.
For a 16 this time. Doesn't hit?
Does not.
Okay.
This guy with the shield is very annoying.
Shields are very annoying. It's plus 2 AC at the cost of using up a hand.
Yeah.
It's like, I love it when we have shields. I hate it when the enemy does.
Yeah. Alright, so...
I hate it when one guy with 2 shields comes running up.
God. Trying to hit that guy. And that'll end my turn this time.
Okay. That takes it over to Vellos.
Right. Does Thorn look seriously injured at the moment?
He's looking a little better since that healing word. Hasn't been hit
Okay.
since.
Not about to keel over, kinda?
Nah, it doesn't look like it.
Okay. I'm gonna
It's
keep an eye out.
also hard to tell with his focused rage.
Fair enough. Still gonna try to keep an eye on that in the middle of all this chaos, but for now, he's going to try to clock the Knoll fighting Fiona on the head,
Okay.
because he doesn't have advantage on the Morningstar one anymore.
Yep, you might as well go for the guy you got advantage on.
Exactly. Okay, we're getting a lot of 16s today. What the
Yes,
hell?
we are.
Well, that didn't work, so we're just going to make the Morningstar guy feel even more pain.
Something. Okay. Huh. Alright then. Ow.
For another 12.
Well, at least you got that going for you.
Yeah, I love this spell is fun.
Speaking of the Morningstar guy, he's going to take a swing at Thorn. Oh, yeah, that's going to hit. That's going to be a 24 to hit.
Ooh.
Okay, so that's going to be 11 halved to 5 plus 3 lightning damage. He's going to take 8. And then we're going to go ahead and, since Vellos is proving to be an impregnable wall, take another swing at Thorn.
Oh no!
That's going to be a 17 to hit. Nine half to 4. That's another 8 damage with the lightning. Alright, now Thorn is starting to look beat up. Speaking of which, we're going to go ahead and take things over to Thorn. Same thing, just to get this one guy off of him. Okay. 17. No. Where did I get 17 from? That's a 25 to hit.
Yep. Sounds about right.
That's another 10 on the die. Where are these rolls when I need it for the rest of you guys? He finishes cleaving this guy in half.
Thorn is just channeling the barbarian through your dice, and that's why it doesn't work for anybody else.
Clearly. Fiona, your turn.
Alright, well, there's this guy that she just punched in the kidney, and she's excited to keep punching him and swinging her sword.
Sensible.
That is a 22 to hit him.
22 will hit.
For 10 points of piercing damage.
Oh boy. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hang on. When that one null went out, he gets... Alright, no, that's gonna miss. Okay.
Alright, and then she's gonna punch him.
Okay.
For an 18.
That'll also hit.
For 6 more points of bludgeoning damage.
Not bad, not great.
Yeah. That will go ahead and end her turn.
Okay.
Since she's going to stay here, so she keeps helping Vellos.
That's going to take it to the one dude still standing, who's he's going to try to swing at you, Fiona, because you keep punching him in the kidney.
That's fair.
That's 9 to hit. Let's try that again, shall we? That's marginally better at a 14 to hit. Or no, 13 to hit.
That is still a no. She is small and quick and dodging through his stuff.
Bruno, your turn.
Bruno is going to.
Oh, hang on. Initiative count 20. You guys are considered partial cover on the roof. Because I want you guys to have something to do.
Oh dear.
What's your AC? Lantern.
I'm pretty sure it's 16, but my character sheet is still loading.
I hate it when that happens. Close out of it, reopen it, see if that helps.
Just loaded. Yeah, it's 16.
Okay, well, you're going to have 18 with partial cover. That's going to be a miss. That's definitely going to be a miss. As some of the guys down here are bored of waiting, pull their longbows and start lobbing arrows at you guys. And that's going to be a miss on Dori and a miss on Dori. That old tactical adage of don't shoot uphill. Right, now
Dori
Bruno,
looks
it's your
over
turn.
at Lantern. Should I take pot shots down at him?
I think you taking pot shots would be a great idea.
Okay.
All right, we'll handle that
Dori wants-
at end of initiative.
Okay.
Initiative count 20, initiative count 1, if that sounds fair.
That sounds good.
Works for me.
All right.
All right. Bruno is. He's going to put another second level healing word on Thorn because I think he's taken some more damage.
He absolutely has.
That's what I thought. So let me just pull that up. For 9 points of healing this time.
Okay.
And then he will use his mace on the guy in front. Yeah.
Good roll.
For a 15 to hit, which...
No.
Dang it.
Those shields, man.
Yeah, I know.
Unless your turn.
Shields are a damn good investment for a frontliner. Right. Well, we're actually going to do something a little different.
Oh no.
We are... Where is it? We are going to do a second level Cure Wounds on Thorn.
Spicy.
Ooh. All the healing for the elk.
Well, the elk's taken some damage.
Yes, between healing and damage, she's taken over 50 points of damage.
Ugh.
He heals 15. As Vellos is just being the biggest pain in the ass possible for guy with the Morning Star. And
exists
speaking-
in a case of what is this circular hell?
Speaking of which, time to make him feel the burn some more.
Okay, go ahead and torch him again.
Only 5 this time.
Oh well. Okay, that's going to take things over to Thorn, who's going to turn around to Reckless on this guy. Okay, that is an 18 on the die. 19. 25 to hit. Yep, that's gonna be more than plenty. Ouch. That is a 1. Which is still +7. That's still 8 damage of slashing. Alright, Fiona, your turn.
All right.
think
Well,
that
you
was
see this
like-
guy in front of me who's still standing?
If only yes.
She's gonna slash at him with her sword
Okay.
for
Yeah,
another nat 20.
That'll definitely hit.
All right.
Another?
So, yes,
Nice.
another.
Wow.
You better not be using
She's-
all our luck.
I am trying not to. I'm taking this as she's just learned how this guy with the shield fights, and so she's getting in some critical hits.
Between 3 people
That's
and
13 points of piercing damage.
ow. There we go.
This guy's not.
I am
gonna
also
have-
rolling with advantage on these because I'm flanking with Vellos still.
This guy's not gonna have a kidney when she's done.
That is 27 for a punch.
That'll hit. I think at this point she's moved on to either the liver or the bladder itself.
Yeah, he's not
Yeah,
aiming for the
probably.
kidney right now. For, max damage. 8 more points of bludgeoning damage.
He's on his
For a
last
total-
legs. He's not.
I would hope so.
He's not looking great. His kind of abdominal area is definitely pulverized.
Fiona is using this as a wonderful learning experience.
There isn't much left of the padding that the greater momentum provides. Then again, as a biped, that's pretty much worthless in the first place. Anyways, that brings it up to this guy who's been pulverized. He's gonna try and take a swing at Fiona. Get this destructive rat off of him. Oh god, that's a 5.
Wait, where didn't?
Fiona is clearly taking the luck from that guy. Ever since he got silvery barbed, he's been having a bad day.
13.
Wasn't Dori
Yeah.
supposed to?
No.
That's initiative. Oh right, sorry. I completely forgot that because I didn't write it down. Dori,
Uh-oh.
lantern.
How dare you?
Okay. Dori
guys
is
are being-
going to. Yeah, it's going to fire at the one closest to her. I guess that's the guy in the middle front.
I guess that would technically be either of these guys, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
A
that'll
19 to hit.
hit. That'll hit.
Yep. Does 11 points of max damage.
Ow.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll be feeling that in the morning.
Yep.
If he gets a morning. Lantern.
You know what? I would like to take a pause shot at these guys with my sling, actually, because I don't have to drop concentration to do that. So,
Okay.
1 second while I figure out how to do that. And I'm picking any of them at random that I can see within my range.
Okay. What's the range on a sling again?
I have absolutely no idea. Oh,
Just-
come
Try and
on. Load.
see whether or not you're at disadvantage.
I'm so sorry, I missed all of that because I was cursing at a PDF that won't load. What's that?
Valid. Range of sling is 30 feet. You'll be at disadvantage for her.
Okay.
For hurling rocks.
I rolled a 9 on both of them.
Huh.
Where'd the 1d3?
1d3.
I fucked that up.
I assume that was supposed to be a +3 on your dex.
That was supposed to be a +3.
Okay, so don't worry about re-rolling. That would have been thus an 11 and a 10.
Okay, so I'm assuming some sling ammunition falls harmlessly into the dirt.
Basically.
But I am still holding Moonbeam over the door in a threatening
Yes,
manner.
yes.
So
Correct. Okay, now Bruno, it's your turn. Don't write things down. They fall into the aether.
For now, I think Thorn's going to be okay.
Maybe.
Hopefully. However, so I'm going to, well, first I'm going to start with the mace attack again.
Okay.
Let's
Can
hope
he do
I
it?
elect-
He actually does it.
Yes, I got a dirty 20 this time.
Nice.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Finally actually hit with the damn thing. For minimum damage.
And as pathetic as it is, that is enough.
Oh, thank God. Thanks for Asta. And he's going to make his way over to Thorn.
Frosta, meanwhile, running home because he realized he left the oven on. Okay. Over to Thorn.
And that'll end his turn. And that'll end his
It's
turn.
your turn.
Right. Vellos is going to move like, west, I think. Basically, the
Like right here.
yeah, just to open up a flanking opportunity
Okay.
with the mace guy, and gonna take a swing at him.
Okay. That'll hit.
Dirty 20.
That will hit. Oh, hang on, I forgot to use this ability. That's going to be a Bruno on you. That's a what's? Yeah, it's 22 to hit.
Ooh.
I keep forgetting these guys get to attack when they hit 0 hit points.
Oh,
Lovely.
So 22 to hit on Bruno.
That hits.
You're going to take 5 piercing damage as it bites you on the way down.
All right.
and Morningstar guy is going to take 10 damage from my hammer and 9 more from being cooked.
Okay. Which is going to actually bring him up to Morningstar guy, who is going to still swing at Thorn because he's the only one he gets a straight roll on right now. That is a 14 to hit. Just barely. Oh, well, that's unfortunate. That is only 4. Yeah. That is only 4 total damage. But we get one more swing. Never mind, that's a miss. That brings things over to Thorn, who's going to do his tried and true reckless for a 18, 23 to hit. What's that ability? Let me check his abilities. Hang on. What does this do? I forgot about Polearm Master this entire time. Oh well.
Oh yeah, you've been forgetting to use the
Doesn't matter.
bottom end.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have ran him, but oh well. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go for that. The 13. Alright, Fiona, your turn.
Alright. Fiona will go ahead and run around so she's flanking with the guy again.
Okay.
Whee! Because she's got 40 feet of movement.
Yep.
And she is going to go ahead and swing at this guy with her short sword to start.
Okay.
Since despite having a chainmail on fire, that is only a... Oh, I forgot to add my +5. So 15 to hit.
15 will just hit.
Oh. Alright. $11 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Nice.
Okay.
Fiona is not sure she wants to punch red hot chainmail.
Well, it's chain shirt.
Alright, well then she's gonna, not aim for the shirt. Because she doesn't feel like burning her hand.
I'm sure it's fine.
Oh my god.
Another one?
That's what, 3?
Yes.
Yes.
What the hell?
Does a natural 20 hit?
A really
Yes.
close punch, guys.
Buy a freaking lotto ticket today. Holy shit.
Really?
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so... Do you want me to surmise this, or would you like to surmise this? Between the 2 attacks.
I would assume that after being pierced with her sword, and after being burned so much, it causes the guy to stumble, and she uppercuts him to the jaw.
Yeah, that's about where I was going to go with that. Yeah,
Because she's not aiming for the chest.
Functioning after hamstringing him. Alright, that's those guys down. Over to you two.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So are they still clumped up in that group
Yes.
over there?
Yeah.
Can I move Moonbeam 5 feet forward?
Yes. You mean like right there?
Yeah.
Only the 5 feet?
You could move it on top of them. Like, hit them
And hit
all.
all of them.
The thing is, I would like it to be where they would have to... You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, let's move it all the way in. Whole hog it. Why half-ass one thing when you can whole... don't half-ass 2 things when you can whole-ass one thing.
Exactly.
That's gonna be some screaming.
They will need to make a con save on the start of their turn.
Okay. And then
Okay.
Dori, it's a bonus action just to move Moonbeam, correct?
It's an action to move it.
Okay. All right, then Dori.
Wahoo! Dory got another 19 to hit.
Okay.
So she's going to go aim for the same guy she got before.
And roll damage.
And she only did 8 this time.
We're just going to take him out anyways because pass or fail Moonbeam, that's going to take him out regardless.
So we're assuming these motherfuckers just kind of disintegrate with Moonbeam, or that one does anyway.
Yes.
Well,
Right. Well, not disintegrate, but y'all aren't packing that kind of firepower yet.
Shall I still roll the damage for it?
Yes.
Jesus, it's only 4 damage.
That's unfortunate.
Ouch.
I blame myself. I'm so sorry.
It's damn cold.
Will you be pleased to know that only, what's your spell save?
My spell save is 13.
Only 2 of them passed.
Well, the thing is, the difference between 2 damage and 4 damage is 2 damage, so...
Yes. So they're going to go ahead and back out of that nonsense. And these guys are going to rush the door.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to move it all the way up, but
You know.
what you're gonna do?
Yep. Okay, what are you guys doing?
Well, we beat the guys. We might as well go back down and join the others.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was just
So
tempting.
Fiona will use her movement and her action to dash the rest of the way down to see what's going on.
Are you taking the stairs or are you jumping over this? The difference being
You know what?
an acrobatic save to see if you take damage or you can take the stairs.
Fiona's going to take the stairs. There's no sounds of yelling or clashing or metal or anything like that, so she's not concerned.
You hear banging on the door, but that's about it.
Yeah.
We already heard that.
Well, it was quiet for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Lantern and Dori aren't yelling or crying out in pain, so there's no need to, vault herself over a
What's your
ledge
move
if she
speed?
doesn't have to. 40?
40, 35. That's 35 feet right there.
Okay. Well, those two still look fine, and there's nothing on the door, so she'll go over to the gate on the roof using her action to dash.
Okay. 45, 55, 65, 70. Yep, that's a gate. I don't remember you guys
Yep,
opened and
and-
closed it.
I think we closed it.
Okay.
She will wait here by the closed gate for now and end her turn. Since at this point, with 40 feet of movement, she can get to the railing if she wants to start slinging stones at people.
Makes sense.
I was just tempted to grab them to at least pick up the Morning Star so they don't accidentally forget it. But
Yeah.
actually, yeah, he's gonna do that before.
As you go to reach down to pick up the Morning Star, you also notice a silver key on a necklace around its neck.
Gonna nick that too.
Alright, that's
I
your
notice
action to grab those.
Yeah, and we are going to head out, and once Bells is on the stairs, he can just take flight to bring him the rest of the way down, really.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, basically. If that works right there, or wherever you want to move from off the stairs.
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Bruno will follow.
Yep. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 on the stairs, and Thorn would also be.
You'll
on.
action and dash and get off the stairs.
Okay. Where do you want to go to? 40, 20 feet of movement.
Closer to Dori.
10, 15. Yeah, we're right there. Thorn will just come all the way down the stairs. Okay. So this is the situation as it stands. With you guys very much so being able to take pot shots from the roof. Lantern, good news. You will not be at disadvantage for sling attacks on those guys.
Woo!
Okay, so I'm back to taking pot shots.
Yep.
Okay.
I would like to use my action to bring Moonbeam back to the door.
Okay. Easy enough. Right there.
Those poor.
They fell for your trap.
Pretty much.
14.
Which one?
The guy closest to me, so that's probably the guy.
Yeah. What's the damage?
Yeah. Oh, 14 hits.
Yep.
Excellent. Damage is 6.
Okay. And then we'll go ahead and do the saves for those guys. Neither of them pass. Lantern.
Yes, sorry. Okay, that'll be 12 damage for anyone who did not pass, and 6 damage for anyone who did.
Yeah. Okay. This guy's gonna get burned out by Moonbeam.
I mean, couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
I mean, it could have. Okay, so we're just gonna pull things as initiative count between you guys as a group initiative for now, since this is gonna kind of be an easier mess. Thorn is no longer
Because of the part where we already have been pre-moonbeaming them pretty hard.
Yeah.
And Vellos is no longer concentrating on heat metal either.
Yeah, no, I'm pulling that off.
Hopefully by the time we're done, the tower won't stink as bad.
Yeah. At least it's open to the air.
True.
Alright, so is it our group's turn right at the moment?
Yes.
Alright. Well, seeing as how there doesn't seem to be any sound coming from below the hatch, Fiona will go ahead and run over to the edge of the roof with everybody else.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay.
Alright. So there's that guy down there. Is he within 30 feet of the wall?
Yes.
Or the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a straight down 20-foot shot.
Alright, cool. She is going to sling a stone at him.
Okay.
Oh no. I actually have to retype out my thing. It's not in my copy paste anymore because I don't have advantage. Okay, that's +4. Oh, that's a 22 to hit him with a stone. Excellent. Slings don't do a lot of damage, though, so... I'm assuming it's bludgeoning damage.
Yes. Unless you have special ammo.
No! And that is bludgeon. So 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, you've bludgeoned him to his demise.
Excellent.
That's a cracked skull, methinks.
Fiona gets over to the roof, sees a guy being lit up by a moonbeam, and goes, "Ooh, easy target."
Whack. He's been bludgeoned.
Bruno will go to the edge and take out his longbow.
Alright.
Actually, hold on. Yep. And he'll fire on the one that's furthest away, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Using a longbow, might as well use that range
Yeah.
for 12.
12 does not hit.
No, it does not.
So close.
Vellos will head over to the edge as well. And can he see anybody in the other two watchtowers?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay, he should still have the night vision. I think it's +4. Yep.
Are you good?
That is a 21.
From what you can tell, there are 3 gnolls in the furthest tower, but you're not seeing anybody else.
Okay, well, in that case, he'll just help taking care of the ones in the courtyard. I think he has ranged cantrips. Yes, he does. We have him within. They should be within 60 feet.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, he's about 40 feet off.
Okay, perfect. He is going to get Sacred Flame.
Okay. And what's the save on that?
That is a dexterity save.
And your DC?
14.
Never mind, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I looked at the wrong stat block. That was an 8.
Okay. 1.
Oh dear.
Gonna be like that, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is clearly all my fault, guys. I'm so sorry.
Thorn will come over and rend assistance with his own longbow, though he's not really good with it. Case in point with a flat 7. Then it's up to these guys who are going to fire back up at you all. Vellos. That's going to be a 21 to hit.
That misses even if I didn't have cover.
Oh, that's going to miss Bruno, never mind. And then Dori, that's going to miss. Okay. Back to you guys in your archery positions.
Alright. Bruno will fire at the same guy he did last time.
Okay.
So will Dori. Actually, no, Dori can't. He's dead.
You
She'll
can
fire at the guy in the
anyways.
middle there. Well,
middle?
yeah, I'm not going to bother.
Okay.
For a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright.
Finally hit something with the damn longbow.
For a 3.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, seems to be how we're doing damage-wise today.
Yep, Dori got a 16.
Okay.
And damage.
And the damage.
8.
These Dori's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Vellos is just gonna Sacred Flame the same guy again.
And he's going to get an even lower save out of 7.
Hey! Did a 180. That's 8 damage.
Nice.
Max.
So, how far away is the one guy in front of Fiona? Directly to her south. Yes, that one.
Center him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 feet.
Ah, damn, he is outside of my minimum range, so this will have to be at disadvantage.
Yep. Unfortunately.
That's only a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Nope. So sling goes over his head, and I don't think I can do a follow-up attack with that.
No, unfortunately not. Incessant.
No.
You would be impressive, but no.
No. I don't have my extra attack yet.
Thorn, let's see what you can do. Thorn can actually hit with a dirty 20.
Yay.
The one dude for 3 damage.
Lantern. Is Lantern here?
Alright, so it's just gonna group roll.
Lantern?
Group dice and
Yeah,
dice and
Turn.
Yeah, I'm keeping Moonbeam by the door to keep them from rushing the door.
all of you freaking missed.
Fair enough.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your next series of attacks, people.
Okay.
Alright. Fiona will attack the same guy.
So will Bruno.
That is even lower at an 8.
Oh, fuck.
Oh dear. Go ahead and roll
Oh,
your
no.
Hello,
D20.
Dori.
For 7.
Bruno, you snap the longbow. When you pull back the longbow, you drop the arrow. The string smacks you across the muzzle, and you just kind of drop the entire weapon.
Ah! Crap. Well, I'm not getting that back quite yet. Because that
And the
probably
entire
fell over the
side of your
side.
face is shaved.
Oh, God. Ow.
Ouch!
Yeah, Dori, I'm assuming hits with the 22
Dori does hit with a 22.
and does 10 points of damage. Guy in the middle. Same guy she hit the last time.
Yep.
Elsa's just gonna Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's a pass on the save. But,
damn.
just to speed things along, despite Bruno's...
Close shave?
Somebody roll me a D percentile.
At 100?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. Wonderful. Just to speed things along a little bit, you guys are able to, between the 2 gnolls down here and the 3 in the tower, you guys are able to mop up the remainders fairly quickly, save for the hyenas that never got released from the pen and the 2 dire hyenas that are still kind of hitched up to the one post.
But they're currently tied,
Yes,
which makes them a little bit less necessary to have to fight.
exactly.
Whew. Fiona takes a deep breath, saying there's no more gnolls around.
Leaving you
Yay.
guys kind of standing out in the courtyard. Vellos, as you remember, you found a key. You do recall there was a door in here that nobody ever checked.
Well,
I think we determined it was locked.
Did you?
I believe we did, yeah.
I don't remember.
looks like that takes care of all our immediate problems. I'll also say, picking out and twirling the key he nicked. Let's go see what's behind that locked door.
Oh, you found a
Oh,
key!
that's fun.
That's excellent!
Okay.
Nicked it from the dude from the knoll with the fancy morning star. Also nicked that too.
As you insert the key into the lock and go to turn it, it stops. You go turn it the other way and it twists to unlock.
Huh.
Nothing like turning the key the wrong direction the first time.
Yeah, not used to them doing that.
You know, it's all based
Oh.
on where the lock is placed on the door. And as you open up the door into that room, you are presented with a treasure hoard.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Oh, I like those.
Ooh.
So as
Yeah.
you are... So, there's a few different items in here. There is about 4,000 gold in mixed coins.
Oh, nice.
Several
Vellos is-
bone and tooth adornments. Whether or not you guys want to take those is up to you.
Lantern will take bone and tooth adornments.
Adornment
Huh.
being necklaces, shoulder dressings, a belt.
How do I list this in my inventory? Just miscellaneous bone and tooth ornaments?
Sure. There's a set of gemstones, 2 potions,
Oh,
and a necklace with 7 red beads hanging off of it.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
ooh. Do I hear fire?
Well, we haven't identified it yet, so maybe it's not that, despite looking like that.
Yeah.
Maybe, but promising.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Uh,
y'all are now level 5.
yay!
Yay!
Oh my god, yay!
Uh,
All right.
just a
Mumble.
side note, when we open the door and see the literal treasure hoard, Vellos is practically salivating.
During
Lantern
this,
actually leaps into the air, clicks her heels together, and yells, "Hooray!"
during this, while Thorn's first off moving towards the coins and looking over at it,
I didn't hear how many coins? I missed that.
4,000.
4,000 gold
4,000.
in various coins. And you know how quickly that's going to disappear.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
but that's still awesome.
Yeah.
So Thorn's looking over the pile of coins. He's got the flat of his glaive in the ground, kind of leaning on it, as he looks to the rest of the group and lets out a long sigh before asking
You
if
alright,
if he
Mr.
can-
Strong? You look very tired.
he looks down at you and gives a weak smile before looking at the rest of the party, and he mutters something under his breath before asking if he can take a lump sum of coin right now.
What's going on, Thorn?
He takes a moment to consider his words carefully before simply saying, I can't end up like Rowan. I need to head back home.
Lantern squints at the pile of money and asks him, as though making sure that he's sure, "Is that enough money for you to marry a lady with?"
Well, I'm not taking all of it. That would be far too much, but a few hundred extra coins or a few hundred extra gold, and yeah, that'll be plenty for a wedding and a good long rest.
You're going to keep in touch, though, right?
I'll try my best if you guys can keep me knowing where you guys are heading.
We'll
Yeah.
try.
"I will send you a letter," says Lantern decisively.
I look forward to seeing it.
Vellos will stride over and clap Thorn on the shoulder. Of course. Go in the Sun Bull's light and marry your love.
If you're ever feeling bored, I can always you can always find me and I'll duel you, keep you on your toes.
If I'm not busy. For now, let's
Please take her up on that.
You still owe me.
I'm not getting between that.
Also, Vellos, you waited too long. I just got extra attack.
Oh shit.
So got stunning strike.
Unless you waited too long.
Oh dear.
Crap, I don't think
You thought I was scary before. I can now stun people,
Oh
Oh
my.
no.
which will give you all advantage on attack.
Anyways,
I get my first
As
third
well
level
as
spells this
Druid.
level.
as Thorn suggests, we all head back to Mansque after we gather up everything.
Yeah.
Bring in the wagon, loot the bodies, gather
What do
up
we do
all the
with hyenas?
I don't know.
Based
I-
on how they smell, I don't think they're probably delicious, but we could take their pelts.
You've also
Yeah,
got
I think we may as well just kill them. They're not.
you've also got the
They're,
two
they're dungeon critters.
you've also got the two dire hyenas, which do have what was it called again?
A barding?
The harnesses.
Yes.
I don't know. Apparently, there's a menagerie in Mansque.
Oh,
I think getting those there alive will not be worth the amount of effort it will take. I think we would do a lot better by killing them and taking their pelts.
I mean, can't you talk with animals? Lantern?
Yeah, Lantern, can't you let them know that they'll have like a very cushy life where they don't have to work for anything if they come with us?
I mean, I could try it. They're not. Okay. So there are two types of animals, right? There's things like horses and cats and dogs that are used to working with people and like working with people and want to live with people and be happy. And then there are other animals like badgers and wolf spiders and bats who absolutely do not want to live with people or be nice to people. And I don't know which one these are. I know they work with gnolls, but I don't know if that's because of how the gnolls treat them or because of what the gnolls are. So I'm happy to try, but I wouldn't get your hopes too far up.
Well, you could definitely let them know that if they come with us, they can live somewhere where they never have to work for their food.
Yeah.
At least not work hard for their food.
Do we know where the menagerie is and if they're buying hyenas?
We
No
don't
and
know that.
No one knows.
I don't want to lie to something and then bring it back and kill it. I think it's much nicer and more honest to just kill it in the first place.
Yeah.
But I
Fair.
can talk to them and see how cooperative they are.
Okay. What were you gonna say, Dice?
Nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, just as a side note, Lantern does know the difference between domesticated and wild animals. And if she is not thinking these things are super domesticated.
Fair.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so what are you doing?
Well, Lantern will go down to the hyena pen. And she will cast speech with animals.
Just before you do that, are you looking to talk to the hyenas or the two dire hyenas? Which are more in the courtyard?
I would say start with the dire hyenas because I feel like the other hyenas probably at least think they are in charge.
Okay. All right. So you go up to the dire hyenas, cast speak with animals, and what are you asking?
Hello.
They look down at you, seeming a little surprised at first, before the general ask of, in a very rough bark or yap, would be pull wagon.
You like to pull wagon?
Pull wagon, get meat.
Oh, she says in common over her shoulder, never mind, I think these are the other kinds. Wow. Hold on. And so here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know exactly how attuned to various social mores Lantern is, but she will cheerfully ask her if somebody could bring her a part of one of those gnolls. You can bring the whole thing and I'll pick a part. That would work too.
Why?
Because these guys are hungry and they like to pull a cart to get meat. So if I have meat for them, I think they're probably going to cooperate with me pretty good. And I don't really want to use meat that we're going to eat if we have a lot of meat that I'm pretty sure none of us want to eat.
That makes a whole lot of sense. A little gross, but whatever.
I don't know if if we're going to bring them back with us, they should be used to eating anything that looks like a person.
Well, that's why I'm going to butcher it out of their sight and just give them meat portions. That's why I said I didn't say bring them a gnoll. I said bring me a gnoll.
That's
That actually
logical.
makes a certain amount of sense.
Yes, it does.
Has the group been stunned?
A little bit.
If nobody starts bringing her a dead gnoll, she will sigh, mutter something to herself in Draconic, and go get one.
Like, can Vellos hear what she says in Draconic?
Yes. And he hears an aphorism that would roughly translate to, I suppose a good cook's work is never done.
Fair enough.
And Lantern's gonna cut up some gnoll legs into what I would refer to as generic looking shanks.
Just strips of meat?
Yeah, mostly strips of meat, you know, probably a big meaty femur. You know, something that would be really delicious if
Yeah. No, I know
you
what you're
have.
going for. I'm just sitting here thinking, man, is this a moral issue if they aren't technically willful creatures?
Right?
Like, is this a
Hence
moral
everyone else's hesitation to comply with the request.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
Lantern don't know them social mores so good.
It's a case like, okay, they're dungeon monsters. They're not exactly willful.
Right, exactly. That's where Dori's going with this. It's like there's no good moral reason against it, but
Exactly.
They're dungeon monsters, but they look like people, but they're monsters. But
Vellos
I'm
doesn't
just-
know how to feel about
I'm
this.
just going to tell you that if the situation got dire enough, Lantern would, with absolutely no moral quandary, eat a kobold.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not willing to say with 100% certainty that she is not.
All right, Donner Bold. Or Donner Bold.
Okay then.
Ah.
Well, that got dark.
Yeah. Whew.
Well, I mean, it doesn't help that you're in the middle of the night. It was already
Yeah,
dark.
Yeah,
right.
she's, Lantern is cheerfully doing her work and returns to the hyena, the dire hyena pen with plentiful meat offerings,
What's everyone else doing while Lantern is...
committing dubious acts of moral turpitude.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah,
Dori will go over to the treasure hoard,
yes.
pull out anything that might be magical,
Well, you got
and
the
start
potion.
ritually
You got the potions, the
casting
necklace,
identify.
and if Vellos wants to hand it over, there's the mace or the Morning Star.
Also
Vellos
start-
will give that over for identification, and he's going to be busy collecting the non-magical gear worth salvaging from the gnolls.
Bruno
There
will
ain't a
help.
lot, but there ain't really a lot worth salvaging, save arrows.
Yeah, I mean, the chainmail might be good to
Yeah.
grab, but
I mean, if you want to haul
I
that
mean-
with you, you are carrying a lot of that stuff, and it does take up space.
with it.
Lantern will also ask cheerfully while doing unspeakable things if someone could look for the cart that these hyenas would presumably know how to pull.
Fiona will do that.
There's several carts. There are several carts. That would be
Fiona will
about
jump
hard.
on that and work on pushing it over to where the dire hyenas are.
Bruno will
And
help Fiona with that after he finishes with Vellos at any rate.
Okay.
anything so she doesn't have to help butcher what might be considered people, but might not be considered people.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's
at
go-
some point you guys do see the disturbing scene of Lantern laughing and chatting and tossing what you know for a
Let's
fact
go
the
ahead
dude.
and get to the items being identified.
Okay.
Because I've tried to get to that like 3 times now. Okay, so how many spell slots do you have left, Dori? Start with that.
I have 3.
Okay.
3.
What-
Why 3 first levels and 3 second levels?
How many first levels?
3.
Okay. And then you have all your second levels?
Yeah.
Alright, what do you want to start with?
I'll start with the Morning Star.
Alright, the Morning Star is a Morning Star of Lightning, giving an additional d4 of lightning damage to its attacks. And that's about all it's got going for it.
Okay.
Unlike the hammer, it does not require attunement. So, unlike Vellos' hammer, I should say.
The necklace.
What you have here is exactly what you thought it is.
Necklace
boy.
of fireballs.
Yes.
3rd level, I'm assuming, or higher?
Yep. Each bead is a 3rd level fireball. However, you may hurl multiple beads as an action, or even the whole necklace to increase the spell level by 1 per bead.
Ah.
So you could hurl the entire necklace for a 9th level fireball. It has a
Now,
spell
did they
save
regenerate?
of 15.
Does it regenerate, or once you throw a bead,
No.
it's gone?
Once you throw a bead, you've thrown a bead.
Okay.
So you can throw a bead up. You can use an action to detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away. When it reaches the end of its trajectory, the bead detonates as a 3rd level fireball spell. Save DC of 15.
Okay.
You can hurl multiple beads or even hold necklace as one action to increase the level of fireball.
Literally a magic grenade bandolier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am, however, disappointed that they removed the saving throws the necklace had to make should the wielder take fire damage.
Fair.
In older editions, the necklace could detonate if the wielder took fire damage. And that's each individual bead can detonate.
Oh,
Oh, that's terrifying.
yes, that would be terrible.
Yeah.
I'm so sad they removed that. Anyways, what's next?
Potions.
You have 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you
What are
identified
they?
both of them?
Yeah.
Alright, first one is a potion of fire breath.
Ah, okay.
Ooh.
After drinking this potion, you can use a bonus action to exhale fire at a target within 30 feet of you. The target must make a DC 13 saving throw, taking 46 fire damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful. The effect ends after you exhale fire 3 times or when 1 hour has passed.
That's neat.
And the other potion is a potion of heroism.
Ah, nice.
You gain 10 for 1 hour after drinking. You gain 10 temporary hit points. For the same duration, you are under the effect of the bless spell. No concentration required.
Okay.
As for the gemstones, 4 of them are diamonds, 2 of them are amethyst, and 1 of them is a ruby.
Or amethyst?
4 diamonds, 2 amethyst, 1 ruby.
2 amethyst.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
I get third level spells now.
Yeah, we get to go through getting all those in. I've already started. Such a pain in the neck.
Crap.
Could be worse. It could be the pain in the muzzle you currently got.
Could be the
True.
what?
100-pound drawbow, just bzz.
Oh, yes.
Slammed into his face. There's a reason why that side of his muzzle is currently skin and not fur.
It's not just a fashion statement, you guys.
Ooh.
Cure wounds technically will not grow that back.
I know. I'd need regenerate.
Or a restoration spell. I think a greater restoration can do it.
Wouldn't it grow back over time, too?
It
Yes.
will. But the only way to get it instantly back would be via restoration spell or something like that.
Ah.
Are there any other buildings?
There's the
In this whole complex?
There is one other building down south of you. On investigation, appears to be a bunkhouse with a small attached kitchen and larder. Where
Fiona will go
Lantern
look
is
through the kitchen and larder.
Lantern is probably currently working in the kitchen.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought she was just working elsewhere.
Doing her grim work.
The larder does actually contain various salted meats.
Any of it that seems what I don't know what the term, I would say human grade in this world. I'm not sure what the equivalent term in Beast World is, but anything that looks like we could consume it without my party members becoming very unhappy, I will take. And anything that I think might make my party members very unhappy, I think I am going to feed to a hyena.
The answer to that question is it's mystery meat. You have it on solidly good authority that this may have showed up along with the dungeon.
then I will be taking it for travel food for hyenas.
Sounds reasonable. There would be a couple of weeks of food in that regard there.
Hooray.
Hopefully, when somebody gets me one of those little carts that the hyenas can pull, I will be able to hitch them up and partially defray the carrying problem by having them carry their own food.
Which would be an easy enough thing. Especially as they, even if talk with animals is worn off, they seem confused by the presence of small yappy thing able to talk to them. This confusion is something you can use to your advantage.
Absolutely. They don't know what I am yet. They don't know that I'm food. I'm definitely not the guy who used to give them food, but maybe I'm a new guy who gives them food, and they seem pretty cool with that.
Especially when she does give them food.
Probably. In regards to
They
giving
can
them
also-
food and going and hitching them up. Who's ever doing that, go ahead and give me animal handling checks.
I'm pretty sure that's also going to be Lantern because she's the one who's willing to touch the meat she's feeding them. So, animal handling?
Yes.
Fiona would like to help, but she also doesn't want to piss off the hyenas with the fact that she doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. So she will watch and attempt to learn how handling animals work.
Well, Lantern apparently is drawing on some sort of wonderful kobold instinct, because that's a 22.
They're hesitant, uncertain, but willing to go along with this to see where it goes.
Mostly because they're getting tidbitted anytime they're nice.
Exactly. Food is the ultimate animal motivator, and it's working here as well.
Alright then.
As you're able to readily get them hitched up to a cart and unhitched from the hitching post.
If they have names, she calls them by them. If they don't have names, she comes up with something. It's all in Draconic.
They do have names, you're just not sure if you're going to want to use them.
I'm getting the impression that that means their names are roughly Woof and
Which roughly comes down to around eye gouge and cupcake.
oh my fucking god, she's absolutely calling them eye gouge and cupcake.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me in the least.
Nope.
Nope.
I
This
can
is Lantern
believe,
we're talking about.
I can believe all of this.
She is delighted by their names. They are even better than the names she would have come up with for them. And that's good names.
Which one's eye gouge and which one's cupcake?
This one's eye gouge and this one's cupcake.
Ah.
Vellos is just going to have the most perplexed look on his face.
Do they
he's
have,
told these names.
We should probably write their names on their harnesses so that if we sell them to someone else, they know who is who and they can call them by the right name.
I think that given that that is a translation of their names from the original Null, and it sounds a lot more like barking in Null, I don't know if it will help, but I do like writing names on things a lot, so I will definitely do that.
So each of them will get their name added to their respective harness.
Yes.
All right.
But no, Lantern handles these with, I would say, a similar level of caution and enthusiasm that she would use to work with giant dogs. And I know hyenas are closer to cats technically, but
I mean, the approach is still similar enough.
there's still a social animal that likes being tidbitted.
Yep. All right. So that all put together, as you're bringing everything back to your own wagons, you do come to notice that A, the horses are understandably wary of the dire hyenas, and B, the dire hyenas walk faster than the horses. Not as fast as, say, some other draft animals out there that you've seen, like the big birds that Wepajet had, if you remember those. But they definitely move at a faster pace than the horses.
Lantern is wondering if Fred and Big Face Boy may want to retire.
Honestly, Vellos is probably thinking
Because I and Cupcake are limber little creatures, and by little I mean fucknormous.
Yeah, they are still considered large-sized creatures.
Huh.
So they could actually pull
Yes.
the wagon. Now, how domesticated are they?
Lantern's not
Can
having
you-
any issues.
Well,
Can you
yeah.
explain to them that we're in a town that they're not allowed to eat anyone that comes across them?
I will talk to them, but I'm getting the impression that they're not really used to making their own choice about what to eat, and most of the food that they've eaten has been already dead and brought to them by big gnolls. Because that's really the impression that I'm getting, because they were able to be in a gnoll camp without taking bites out of the smaller hyenas or the gnolls. I will definitely spend time talking to them and getting to know them and making sure that they know the rules, but I'm not that worried about that.
The other question is how the guards and stuff might react to these guys.
Out of curiosity, Dice, we've seen other Delvers, like, in
Several
reasonable
times.
amounts. Not all of them are using horses as horses, yes?
Correct.
Would this be well outside of the range of creatures we have seen pulling carts? Like, I'm sure we haven't seen this specifically, but...
Okay, so, you have seen, not these, you've seen a few other things, though, for certain. You've seen what's... You've seen more than just Wepajet having the axe beaks. You're pretty sure you saw one Delver crew have their wagon pulled along by a large metal box that was chugging smoke and on its own set of wheels.
Lantern, after thinking about it for a long moment, says, I do not think we will get nearly as much attention for having big giant hyenas as we do for having you, Vellos. You, after all,
that in.
are big and also shiny and beautiful. And these are adorable puppies. Or cats? I'm not sure. It's very hard to
They look
tell.
like both. They look like somebody took the angriest features of both and slapped them together.
They're so cute. Just as a note, in a different world, Lantern would absolutely have the bitchiest looking cat you ever saw in your life. But either way, she
I wait for another life.
Either way, she shakes her head sort of determinedly and says, I do not really think it will be a problem.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I think if I can teach them how to pull the cart, they will be very effective at doing that. And because they have big, sharp teeth, which horses do not, I think they will probably also be better at defending the wagon.
This is true. Their feed will probably be more expensive, though.
There are ways around this, says Lantern, absently wiping her hand on the side of her pants.
I
We will not be continuously feeding them people.
No, I would never feed them people.
Or people like monsters.
I think most of the monsters that we come across are probably going to be less person looking than that.
Humanoid would have been an acceptable term, but yes.
I don't know if Lantern knows.
Humanoid monsters.
She might. But, with everything together, it is a somewhat quiet and solemn ride back to Mansque. With
Yeah, we're losing a friend.
yes,
Sort of.
Yeah.
despite all the
That's-
excitement. Before we get back to Mansque, it's been about 2 hours. Let's go ahead and take our break. That sounds
Okay.
good.
Alright.
Okay.
Yep.
We can probably do our level ups when we get back.
That would also be a great idea.
Lantern
Yeah,
will also let Dori in on her big idea when we get back.
Alright, so I'll see you on 10:15
Okay.
or so.
probably
Sounds
gonna
Right.
See you then.
And welcome back from break, everyone. From what I hear, everybody's working on their levels, which is great. And also nightmarish.
Like, Aura of
Okay.
Vitality is great, but I don't know if she would pick it when there are other spells like Water Walk.
Or meld into stone. I can
Meld
see
into
that
Stone
day
is
being-
very tempting. I also was very interested in Erupting Earth because of that part where it's like mold earth but explodey.
What have I done
Yeah, I
that you
forgot to
guys
go
hit level 5?
There's so many choices, and it's like plant growth is such a fucking classic for a druid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can summon Fae now.
I can summon Fae. I can also summon creatures.
Don't
Hmm.
forget to check. Don't forget there are spells in the Delver's Guide as well, starting at page 386.
Thank you for the reminder on that. I want to look at those preferentially.
Oh yeah, I
Yep.
get my unique dragon magic now.
What have I done letting you guys hit level 5?
Killed yourself.
You've run an exciting and fun campaign, Dice.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
That's all that matters. We're all having fun here. And what do you,
Yep.
you as a silver dragon, what do you get for 5th level? Let's see here. There you are. No, I see.
I
Silver
actually
split between
didn't get
two
anything
pages.
from the Delver's Guide this level.
Scale spell. Alright. Bulwark of Scales, what is that? That's the first one there. For the next hit, any critical hit against you becomes a normal hit as a reaction to an effect that requires you to make a saving throw. You can treat the d20 roll as a 20 if you do the spell ends. Interesting.
Boy, they have these spells laid out weird as hell.
Yeah, I can.
They got them laid out the same way they have them laid out in all the other books.
Like there's no they don't seem to be, they're alphabetical instead of by level.
Yeah, Player's Handbook also has them sorted by alphabetical.
That's just such bad design.
It should be level then alphabetical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't,
Clerics
it's
don't get
annoying
anything.
to it's annoying to no end.
Oh, it really is. It really is.
Now, mind you, as a Twilight Domain, I do have Aura of Vitality.
Oh, is that your other oath spell? Or your other
Yes.
domain
Domain
spell?
spell. Yeah. Aura
Okay,
of Vitality.
I don't think we
and
need to double up on that.
Right. Bulwark of Scales, 10-minute spell.
I don't think any of the ones in the book are it. They don't have a lot of third levels.
No, I don't think
Bulwark of Scales just means that crits are just normal hits against me for 10 minutes. And I also basically get a legendary resistance.
Yeah, and then it terminates the spell.
Yeah. It's honestly pretty good.
Well, you know what I'm gonna have to do now, right?
I foresee a lot of saving throws in my future.
Correct.
Necromancy spells are no bueno, right?
Yes, I know. You may take them. Just be aware of where you are casting them. Aside from a handful.
Revivify.
The ones
I was
that are-
thinking Revivify, yeah.
The ones like Revivify, A-OK. Anything that's undead disrupting, people aren't going to bat an eye at. Like an example is second level spell, page 388, Delver's Guide, Grim Vitality. That is a spell people aren't going to bat an eye at you casting because it's disruptive towards undead. They might.
Okay, because that's
questioning.
basically you regain hit points and explode an undead, which is considered two good things in one. So,
Huh. I don't think I have that in here because of the let's avoid necromancy spells.
I can't take that one because it's not a druid spell. But
Versus, say, Toll the Dead, which is just a flat-out necromantic attack.
Yeah.
You may get some suspicious looks. And you may need to directly beseech your deity for access to a cantrip like that. But that's just an example.
there's one that I think Lantern would want to use that isn't especially useful, but could cause chaos in the right hands, which are my hands,
Yeah.
and that is plant growth.
What was that?
Oh my.
Plant growth is it does exactly what you would think.
What book?
That's Player's Handbook, man.
It's just I have like 20 books over here, so I just need to know which one I'm grabbing.
I'm going to ask a question of the group.
I can
Yep.
answer.
Would
Oh.
you prefer for Dori to take Dispel Magic or Sending? She's leaning towards Sending, but
I think sending would be really useful.
yeah.
Oh yeah, plant growth is going to cause a mess.
Like, this is something she's going to practice, and yeah.
That's quite the effect for the 8-hour ritual variant.
Really?
That's the thing. I'm feeling like maybe next time we're in a farm town, it's possible Lantern gets all of our provisions for 8 hours of work.
Well, no, 'cause it's. I mean, from the way I'm reading it, it's a normal growth and harvest. It just
It is
Kind of
twice
like-
the amount of food when harvested.
yeah.
Yeah, there's the 8-hour ritual variant.
Like, the 8-hour ritual variant is what I'm looking at. Like, I'm feeling like that's potentially something that I could make side cash with.
Mind you, that's not just food. That is plant yield in general. Cotton plants doubled. Rubber tree doubled.
Huh.
So yeah, that is.
I think I would take plant growth because it is absolutely what Lantern would do.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
absolutely.
wonder if she could grow chilies with that.
I mean, I think we're probably gonna fucking find out.
Lantern, do you have Druidcraft?
I do not.
Okay.
You got all spells. I thought
It's a
Druids
cantrip.
get all their spells.
It's a cantrip.
Well, no,
Which is
but
the
that they get.
They don't get
Okay,
their
you only know.
cantrips.
Okay.
No, I have Molder, Thunderclap, and Mending.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I'm probably going to take it the next time I get a cantrip, but that's not till 10th level.
Okay, just check. All right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you can change your list of prepared spells on a long rest. So that's what I was.
okay, so
Not-
That's another reason I'm going straight for plant growth, because I know she wants it.
are
Oh,
we
yeah.
ready to continue?
I'm ready to roll
what
HP.
points?
Are we ready to roll HP? That's good enough. All right, you're a monk. What do you
Oh
do?
yeah, I'm not gambling.
What did you roll, Max?
Not quite. I rolled a 7 out of a potential 9.
Okay,
So that's pretty darn good.
not bad at all.
I've got one more spell to put in. Then I'm ready to do.
All right. I'll go next.
I gotta.
Ooh,
Would you like to gamble?
yes, that's a D8.
I rolled a 4. So that'll be
That's
7.
better than a 3. All right.
I'm not gambling because I
Lantern,
rolled.
would
a
you
nine.
like to gamble?
I think I'm good. Thank you very much for that.
Okay.
But I think I'm good.
Oh. I won't gamble. I will take a 9.
You'll take the 9.
Yeah. Above average, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Sad.
I went from below average to average.
Oh, right. Our proficiency die went up, so I get more temp HP now.
Also, your proficiency die went up. You are now rolling d6s instead of d4s.
Ooh.
Yes. And my bardic inspiration is a D8. I'm very excited about this. Not that I use it much, but
Bruno's rolling
Well,
now.
that's 46 max HP and 15 temp.
Bruno, would you like to gamble?
Nah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
It's the
sure.
worst that could happen.
Getting
You
a
could roll a
1.
nat 1.
I mean, I absolutely could.
I am not
Oh, hey, I rolled a
gambling my
2.
fate.
I know you're not gambling, but just like, hey, I rolled a 2.
I'm really glad I didn't gamble then.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Granted, I wasn't really rolling more than I was just picking up and dropping the die. Let's see an actual roll. Oh, hey, it's a 4.
So yeah, I was right not to gamble.
Yep.
Oh shit! Something occurred to me.
Yes.
Third level is water breathing.
Ooh, water breathing.
That was such an essential spell in our last campaign.
It was, and in this
Yeah.
campaign, I feel like it is most likely to be used to imitate Vellos.
Pretty much. Mr. Fish Dragon. Alright. Oh, I could destroy undead. That's neat. How does that
Yes,
work?
we do.
Welcome to level 5, clerics. Welcome to level 5.
Yep.
Only CR of 1/2 or lower, but means I can probably blow up your basic skeletons and stuff now.
Probably.
Yeah.
I have added my spells for 3rd level. I don't get any more spells that aren't 3rd level, but that's still pretty dope.
It is. All
Yep.
right. Are we ready to continue?
We are ready to continue.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
So who is guiding the giant hyenas or the dire hyenas? And who is guiding the horses?
Lantern is going to volunteer to handle the hyenas because of the part where they're a little bit newer to us and potentially more difficult to control. She would like to nominate somebody else with a higher-ish wisdom score who feels like handling some animals.
Fiona has a +3.
Vellos is a +4.
So is Bruno.
Dori has a +1, so you don't want her doing it.
Alright, so it'd probably be one of the two clerics who would handle the horses, because Fiona's not proficient yet in animal handling, despite her attempts to learn.
It's a
Cool.
slow
Give it
process.
a shot. Also, give it a shot.
Now watch as the kobold disappears in a dust cloud as a squirrel goes by. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh dear.
Just kobold-shaped dust cloud.
Vellos is directing Fred and Big Face Boy.
As a reminder, the dire hyenas are faster than the horses.
Oh, Lantern has a wonderful time going zip, 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 zip ahead and then pausing for a moment to inform the hyenas that they are beautiful and she loves them. And also allowing Vellos to catch up before zipping forward again.
Awkward, but it works. It works, I guess.
Okay. So, well, it takes about a day to get to Mansque, just like it took about a day to get out. It is a somewhat quiet, solemn ride back, knowing that Thorn will soon be leaving the group.
Lantern gives him extra portions at dinner.
It's appreciated. It is well appreciated. And soon you are back at Mansque with some somewhat questioning looks from the guards, but also it's the questioning looks you get that are the ones that you know they aren't going to ask questions, because asking a Delver questions can either
They get answers.
they get
Terrifying proposition.
They get answers.
They
The
get-
problem is those answers could take anywhere from a quick confirmation to we've been here for over 2 hours.
And just fucking looking at Lantern, they know exactly which one it's gonna be.
It's just the fact that it's a kobold and it's not Steve, who's over at the House of Curiosities.
No, it's a kobold, and based on how much she's talking to the fucking hyenas, she's gonna talk to them even more.
Yep.
Exactly.
I-
So they're just... You're let through with a simple don't let them chew on anyone.
Got it.
Fair.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We since
No, she is gonna make sure that, for one thing, these beautiful new creatures get a bonus, which is to say she definitely has femurs, and I don't think any of the party is going to ask from whence said femurs came, because they're not gonna like the answer to that question.
You
Not
know what?
questioning
Just
that.
so long as it didn't come from any willful creature, nobody's gonna question it.
It's a dungeon monster. It's
Have
fine.
a D7. Bask in its glory.
I'm basking pretty hard, man.
It's giving me anxiety. Take it away.
It's gone.
Hooray.
Okay.
I think I'm done leveling up.
Excellent.
Finally.
Now you just have to go check in with the scouts you were with, or you got the job from.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lantern is maybe going to volunteer to stay with the hyenas because she does not feel like her report will add more than her hyena knowledge will.
All right.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
I guess we leave Lantern here to explain to the hyenas how towns work.
Pretty
And how
much.
you can't just
Probably a good
like-
idea, yeah.
and you can't just eat any creature that's here just because you're hungry.
They are having an absolute "this place is busy" moment.
They are probably at least somewhat more willing to discuss with a delicious, probably knoll femur in their mouth.
I'd say so. They are
They're
carnivorous.
probably strong enough to just crunch through the bone too, being
They-
hyenas.
They are carnivorous work animals, and they are currently not working, so they are carnivorous-ing.
Lantern's just, again, she's gonna familiarize herself with our new employees. She's going to start learning their preferences vis-a-vis cuisine, other than meat, which she's gotten that. But sometimes they like different cuts of it. Sometimes they just want all of it as much as you can get them. You got to figure these things out when you're working with them.
Yep.
Not wrong. Not
Not
wrong.
wrong at all. All right, everyone else.
Yep. Just making sure that they're properly trained.
Everyone else headed back to the tavern.
Yep.
Which they
Yep.
had met
Yep.
there. Was it 4 or 5? It was a small group of them. I think it was 4. And I neglected to rewatch a previous session. Oh, that's fine. We'll just call it 4 for now.
Okay.
There is one of the 4 scouts going over some paperwork while the other 3 are absent. As you make your return.
Okay.
I did not write down any information about our scouts.
That's fine. I didn't give a whole lot either.
They were just grumpy about the bigger group.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess we go over to the table where they're at.
Yep.
He sets down his quill as he looks up at you all, and grins. Ah, you're back.
Yes.
Always glad to see. Always glad to 2, 3, 4. Where's the lizard?
She's out with our new acquisition. We have new draft animals.
Oh, okay, she's fine.
Yeah.
Worried for a
Yeah.
second there.
Oh
I'll
no!
make sure
no.
she didn't get eaten.
Yeah, no. She's busy making sure our new dire hyenas don't eat anything they're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not going to question it. I know
Yes,
better,
you
I
heard
know
that
better
right.
than to question when Delvers come back with new anything.
Probably
Fair
for the
enough.
best.
I guess the simplest explanation is they are faster than the horses.
Mhm.
First time Delvers came back with new animals or new mounts. Anyways,
Probably won't be the last.
far from it. Far from it. So how'd the work go?
Successful. And I guess
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and put our gains on the table.
Went
Okay,
pretty
what gains
smoothly.
are you
and we-
presenting on the table, knowing the coin would probably crush the table?
Oh,
Probably.
Bruno would ask that we did not put the Morning Star up. He wants that. I keep meaning to say it and
Are
forgot.
you small or medium?
Medium.
Okay.
I'm just barely at medium, but I am 4 feet, so I am still medium.
I
Yep.
ask because
It is
Morning
just
Stars have
Fiona
heavy
and Lantern
weapons.
who are the small ones.
Huh. Forgot they were heavy.
Are they heavy? No, apparently they're not heavy. They're just martial. I thought they were heavy.
You're thinking of one of the versatile ones.
Yeah. Apparently so. Either way, Bruno, that weapon is almost as big as you are.
That's adorable. I love that mental image.
Yeah, morning stars are also one-handed. I thought they were two-handed.
No, they're one.
Oh well.
I knew that they were one-handed. I knew they were basically just piercing maces.
Yes.
Remember whose main weapon it was in the
Yeah.
last campaign?
Yeah.
I have to keep track of a lot of stuff here, so I mean.
Fair.
Anyways,
Very
so
fair.
okay, not putting up the morning star. You have a few magic items as well, a few other magic items as well as gold value.
Yeah.
Yep.
The potions. I guess we don't put the gold on the table, but in a
A note
bag.
about how much of it there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gems will go on the table. I'm assuming we're not putting up lanterns, bone, and tooth ornaments.
No, those effectively have no
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
They may have value within the coppers or silvers.
Probably the potions.
Yeah. We'll put the potions up.
Do we-
As he's looking over the various offered items as payment, he looks between the orange potion with smoke in the vial and the bubbling blue one. I recognize this one, he says, pointing to the blue one. That's heroism. What's this one?
You can be a dragon.
Fire
Potion
breath.
of fire breath.
Okay, for a second there, I thought it polymorphed you into a dragon, and I was going to just snatch it right then and there, but
No,
only
no, it's
fire.
not
Okay,
fire breath.
okay. That makes more sense. Probably take. He thinks for a little bit. Use the potion of heroism. That would be helpful for us since we kind of do our own legwork. But I think, how much gold did you guys come back with?
When we counted it, it was about 4,000.
I might just go ahead and take the 25% and call it even if that works for you guys.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll work.
Excellent.
That'll work.
So 25% of 4 would be 1k gold.
Yes.
All right. And they're only taking the gold.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Excellent. That would
Cool,
be
cool.
supplies, room, board for supplies. Don't anyone let you think scouting earns a whole lot of money. It disappears as fast as it disappears for delvers.
Sounds about right.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
can believe it.
What was the Morningstar called again?
It's
Morningstar
just a
Light.
lightning morning star.
Yeah.
Lightning Morningstar? Okay.
It gives an
Okay.
additional 1d4 lightning damage to attack, and I
Yeah.
believe that was it.
Yeah, and unlike
Yeah.
the Smith's friend, it does not require attunement.
That much I remembered, and I'm happy about.
Well, we're probably going to take some time to rest before we do anything else. So thank you, and we'll be in touch.
That sounds like a plan. And I honestly recommend it. I know a lot of Delver crews don't get as much rest as they should.
No, we believe in, coming off a delve, having a day or two to party, and then going back to it.
As you should, and we look forward to doing more business.
Maybe doing some regular work for hobbies and whatnot.
That I cannot stress enough is important.
Yes.
Well, until then, I've got to get back to this paperwork here.
Have
All right.
He's looking at it with a sigh.
Oh. Pleasure doing business.
Yep.
Hope to do some more again soon.
Anybody who dares to take a glance at the paperwork would recognize it as tax documents.
oh
That probably just confused those.
And now he's having to add the additional 1,000 gold he just got to that document.
Oh well.
Yeah, Vellos is going to take one look at that and have the most baffled expression on his face.
Dori is backing away like Thorn would be backing away from fire.
Thorn is also backing away from that like he'd back away from fire.
Seeing that, Vellos is going to hold his questions for his friends later.
Quick question on the 1d4. Does that get doubled when it's a crit? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The only things that don't get doubled are the modifiers, like from your strength or
Okay.
whatever.
I thought that was, but I wanted to double check.
You'd be rolling 2d4 instead of 1d4.
Yep.
On a crit.
I was just putting in the rolls so that I can copy and paste.
Yep. Okay, and
Okay.
heading back
Well-
to the wagon, Thorn would be reluctantly asking for his share of gold.
Yeah.
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 Lantern also comes out of the carriage with his broken age shirt that he uses as decor, folded up nicely, and she sort of tied it in a paper package with twine that has a lot of teeth on it because it's one of the ornaments she got from the hyenas, and somberly presents it to him.
Understanding what's in the packaging only makes the teeth all the better for the packaging.
Right.
And while he is happy to take it, he's still... It's still a rough moment to be leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we, since he's not getting any of the artifacts, do you want to give him a slightly bigger cut of the gold? Because it's 500 for each of us.
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead and just give him 1,000, and then the 5 of us split what's left?
I like that.
Yeah. I do too.
Yeah. This would be his advance for this, and thanks for all of his help and being a valuable member, and let him know that he is welcome back should he ever decide to get back into it.
Yep.
He'll keep in
He's
touch.
part of us.
And he thanks you for the extra gold as it'll help with paying for
Yeah.
transportation.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but you have to tell your new wife how cool we are, though. That's the rule. I don't make the rules. I just tell people about them.
Oh, I will, he says, before walking
May
off.
the sun will shine brightly on you and your beloved.
Here's hoping. And with that, he
Don't let
walks
yourself
off.
get rusty. Next time I see you, I demand a duel.
A little bit of fear on that. As he walks away and off to get himself transportation out of the city and headed south back to Vigneault.
I'm gonna miss him.
No. So
He was really cool. But on the other hand, now we're not dragging a guy who really hates fire into a place where there's going to be it.
Especially considering Vellos likes to always light things on fire.
It's a good
Yeah.
strategy.
It is.
I
But it
wish
doesn't
him the
help
best.
with him.
Yes.
Yes.
Most of my offensive spells involve fire. I can't help it as a Forge Domain cleric. But yes, I wish him the best.
No, I think he'll probably have a better time being married back home than following a bunch of people around a dungeon while they light stuff on fire. That's just... I think he'll
Yeah.
probably like that more.
There's a
Yeah.
standard
Probably.
chance.
Alright, so if we divide the rest of the gold evenly, it would be 400 apiece. However, do we want to put some aside for the wagon?
Yeah. How much is currently in the wagon fund?
Currently in the wagon fund, 442 gold.
Okay, we got 2,000 left if I'm doing my counting right.
Yes.
Yes.
If we split it evenly and put nothing in the wagon fund, that would be 400 apiece.
Want to take 300 apiece and put the rest in the wagon fund?
That'd be 500 for the wagon fund.
Yes, and then we would split the remaining 1,500.
Yeah. I'm almost
I like that.
gonna say let's do it the other way around, but okay.
That's acceptable.
What's the
Or
other
we
way?
could just split one half of it, and we each take 200 and put 1,000 in the wagon fund.
I like that too.
Yeah, I like that too.
Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then we all add a even 1,000 to the wagon fund, and we all get 200 gold pieces.
Heck yeah. No, Lantern's really, really a big fan of putting extra stuff in the wagon fund because not only will getting a forge support Vellos' passion, it will also open up to a world in which Lantern can make muffins.
Fiona's really just happy to fight things. Getting paid is a bonus. So she doesn't really care how the money is spent. As long as she gets something, and she gets to continually fight things.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to be cheated. It's just that finance is not the thing motivating her.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does help.
It does help. It
doesn't mean
not
she's
hurt.
going to turn it down.
Right? She will happily take the money, but she doesn't care if she doesn't get a lot of money. She's not being greedy for the money.
Yet.
How
Yet.
much? 1,000 plus. What all did we decide? Oh, we need the furnace. That's what it is.
Yes.
We needed the furnace.
But we also need more space.
We
Oh,
need
we still need more
space.
space? Okay.
Yeah.
In regards
Yeah, I think
to
we wanted-
space on the wagon,
Yeah.
you guys
We
basically
are at a point where the spaces are no longer 800 apiece, but they're more.
Yep.
Space aside, we're missing 3 components. We need a flywheel, the furnace, and the smithing workstation itself.
The magic to stabilize and install an extra spatial cube at this point is going to cost you 32,000 per cube. Or 3,200, sorry.
Holy crap.
We've gotten 8
Yeah.
cubes already.
Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. No, you only have 4 cubes installed, so it's still 800 gold.
Yeah, they're no longer 200 apiece.
Well, they have been 200 since you bought the third one. So
Yeah.
How many? do
So
we
after the
have
third
now?
one, they're 800 apiece.
you have 4 installed.
We have 4 installed.
After you have 8 installed, then
Yeah.
they'll shoot up to 32,000. Or, God, 3,200.
Yeah,
You want to
you-
get that extra 0 on.
do you made a
Yes.
mock-up of the...
Yes, you would
of
Move you
the
guys over to that on Roll20 right now. If you need to see it.
right. It's on roll 20.
There you go.
I guess you can change the horses out for hyena tokens now.
I will get to that in a moment. Speaking of which, you guys want to...
Oh, speaking of, we do need to sell the horses.
Oh yeah, we need to sell Big Face Boy and Fred.
Because now we have eye gouge and cupcake.
Yes.
Why does it feel like Verasta had something to do with that naming?
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
He doesn't actually think it, but he wouldn't be surprised. Oh wow.
What'd you roll?
I had
Really
my
good or
skill.
really horrible?
Neither. I just happen to have the skills tab already at religion.
Okay.
Oh,
14.
Yeah, you get the feeling Verasta has nothing to do with this.
Yeah. No, it's a case of it was already going to be a case of he would be surprised, but still.
As a reminder, you are traveling with a kobold. You have much more localized sources of chaos.
This is true.
Yes, but Kobold had nothing to do with the naming of these two.
But she was there.
The
Yes, he
dungeon
was.
has everything to do with the naming of these two.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay, people, what are we doing? Aside from selling the horses, which draft animals.
All right. We
I think the
What's the
hostler is our
horses?
main priority.
Dori wants to go to see if we've got mail.
What?
oh yes.
Mail.
It's only been a
Sell the.
couple of days since you sent that stuff out.
Yeah, it's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Okay.
you know it's going to take at least a couple weeks.
Okay.
Lantern does have an insane side project she would like to pursue after we find the horse sales location.
Which is fairly close by.
But once we have sold the horses, she does have a detour she would like to make because she would like to find the kind of store where you can find ribbons and frills.
What the
You'll
hell?
be able to find that pretty easily within the market district.
How much do we get for the horses?
He's willing to take used and Delver touched horses for 25 gold in return.
425? That's for both of them?
25.
25 each or
25 each.
okay, so 50 gold total, which makes sense given that we paid not much more than that for them. That kind of came with the wagon as a deal.
Okay.
Lantern has no objection to this. That's a good price for 2 reasonably well-trained workhorses.
Okay.
And may or may not have PTSD from being in contact to Delvers.
Like, they don't,
There-
but
there
they
is
don't know that. Like, at the horse store.
The horses don't know if they have it.
The horses don't know a lot of things. The horses mostly know about oats.
The horses will have anxiety.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm just the furnace will take up 2 full squares. Flywheel doesn't actually take up a full square. And the workstation itself takes up 1 full square.
Yeah, you're looking at the Smith and Glassblower one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lantern does, once the horses are sold, go to aforementioned button and bow dealer. And she is looking for, I would say, chintzy and inexpensive costume, jewelry type stuff, ribbons.
Easy enough. You're able to find that. Depending on how much you want to spend, you can either spend silver coins on silk ribbon or coppers on cotton ribbon.
We're going on the cheap.
Okay.
But I will say, at the end of the day, she buys probably, I would say, 6 silver worth of general fripperies.
Most of that would probably come in the form of costume jewelry. Being colored glass is still kind of pricey.
She's going heavy on ribbons. She's getting a couple of I would say it's very heavy on ribbons and lace.
She could spend, a silver coin on like enough. She could spend the silver coin on like 10 feet of cotton ribbon, and then the rest would fall into costume jewelry kind of deal.
Sounds great. Yes. She is giggling to herself in a very meaningful way. And muttering incomprehensibly.
Is Lantern wearing a flower dress right now?
Yes.
Okay, so in town she's wearing her flower dresses. And she's still wearing all the teeth?
I think she probably weeded. She would definitely put all of the teeth onto herself, but I believe probably by this point she's narrowed it down to just a couple.
Okay, so flower dress and probably like teeth, shoulder decorations.
Yeah, something like that. Probably one big tooth necklace, a couple of toothy epaulettes. Epaulettes? I don't know how you say it.
I'm not sure either.
Well, you know the thing I'm talking about, which is what's important.
Yes.
I think it's epaulets. Don't quote me, though.
The things that go on the shoulders but aren't pauldrons.
Yeah, exactly. Decorations for shoulders. She looks like she dressed herself, is sort of what she looks like.
About what I figured. You are getting some looks.
She
has
assumes
her
that this
own
is
sense of style.
She assumes that this is because they are impressed by how fashionable she is, as she periodically peers into her bag that has like ribbons and cheap cotton lace poking out of it and giggling.
Yes, epaulette.
Or you sounded disappointed.
Oh, not at all. I'm like, she has her own sense of style. That's. I'm talking more to the people who are giving her funny looks.
Got it. While Lantern's hitting I guess a weaver store rather than tailor's. What's everyone else doing?
I'll go looking to see if she can find any place that sells sheet music.
So, a place that sells sheet music.
Mm-hmm.
A little more tricky. I guess it would be more of an investigation or persuasion check to see if you can find what you're looking for.
Okay.
Whether on your own or we're asking other people.
She's definitely going to do persuasion. She's got
we're all doing our
expertise
own
in
thing.
persuasion.
Beware, guys, party's being split up.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Lantern does take her fripperies back to the carriage to commence her operation with them very quickly.
Okay.
A 26.
After asking around, you're appointed. At first, there's some thought you're actually asking for being directed to musicians themselves. until you're kind of directed more towards the library, or one of the libraries in the city.
Okay.
That's more dedicated to public use rather than a private library.
Okay.
It's still a bit of a manor house up in the richer districts, but it is definitely open to the public for people to come and go.
All right.
And they do have a place with sheet music.
Excellent. If it's a public library, you can't keep it. So she'll pull out, she's got paper and ink. She'll pull it out and copy off a couple of likely looking songs.
Which is acceptable.
Mhm.
What's everyone else? Okay, what's Vellos, Fiona, and Bruno doing?
Bruno would have gone with Dori.
Well, what are you doing while you're there?
At a public library, he'd just be looking around, not actually looking for anything specific, just keeping an eye on Dori.
Okay, we'll get back to you in just a moment. Vellos, Fiona?
Vellos.
Fine. What the hell did you have in mind, anyway?
A duel, of course. We can do it outside of town so we don't make anyone upset.
Yeah, we probably don't want to be brawling in the street. I'd rather not have the guards upset with us, thank you.
Alright. I will not use my short sword. Because I probably shouldn't slash you. Or stab you. And I ask that you don't use that mace that sets things on fire.
Well, sure, but my only other weapons are... And, he would raise a claw and bare his teeth.
You can at the very
Yeah,
least
that's
non-lethal
fine.
with those, since you know how to use them. They are your natural weapons. Just don't be biting.
Yeah, he's not going to try to bite the person who can probably punch his teeth out.
I wonder how Lantern would feel about getting a hold of dragon teeth.
Oh my.
It would become a relic passed down to any further hatchling she had.
Oh no.
Well, at least you
If
got
Fiona
that.
happens to actually knock any loose, she will pick one up for Lantern, but she's not expecting to get any teeth out of this brawl. Mostly, I just want to test how good I am at hitting through natural armor like what you've got. Because we've been fighting a lot of things that are really, really hard. It's just good to practice.
Natural armor, wait, what?
Your scales, dude.
Yeah, I don't rely on...
You have scales on top of all your regular armor and that shield, yeah?
Technically beneath, but yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard. I've noticed it's really hard for the enemies we've been fighting to hit you in a way that actually matters.
Yeah, that's,
And I just want some practice at that because we've been fighting a lot of things that are really hard to fucking hit in a way that actually matters.
Alright,
And of course, it's no fun if I'm just punching you and you're not fighting back.
Fair enough. Let's.
Before you two start wailing on each other, Bruno, give me a perception check. Since you're just kind of looking around.
Okay, where's perception? Here's perception. Just the basic perception.
Yep.
Alright. Not 20 for 23.
Ooh, nice.
Sweet.
Okay, as you're looking around, you do see something that's a little out of place where you're at.
Oh.
It's a while you're surrounded by books on music theory, lots of sheet music, you notice a book more associated with spellcraft on one of the shelves.
Bruno will take a look at it.
Okay. Give me an Arcana check as you flip through the pages.
Okay. $15.
It's not giving you a headache. It's complicated work in here, but spellcraft typically is. You get the idea with some actual time spent to it, you might be able to glean what's going on in these pages.
We'll continue looking through it.
Okay. Alright, now then back to Vellos and Fiona.
Alright, okay. You won't use your short sword. I'm not going to use my hammer. Since we're keeping this to a brawl, I won't use spells either.
I won't punch you in the kidneys. Or knock you hard enough you can't do anything. How about that?
Yeah,
Since you're not using any magic.
Yeah, please don't punch me in the kidneys. That looked incredibly painful. I don't think my scales would defend against that.
Well, again, this is mostly so that I can practice hitting tough opponents. And you're very tough, sir.
Fair enough.
You can use your magic to do that spell shield too if you want. Defensive, yes. Offensive, no. How about that? Sound fair?
Okay. Go until, I guess...
One of us is either knocked out or one of us yields.
I was gonna say is dangerously close to getting KO'd.
So we'll try to make this I wouldn't say going to a knockout.
Fair.
We'll try to go this for a few rounds.
First one to successfully hit the other 3 times wins.
That would probably be more of a reasonable move.
Yeah, that'll work.
Fine. Alright, I guess they go outside of town, and they probably take up position, I guess in a clearing a little off the road, because obviously you don't want to be on the road doing this.
Yeah.
And probably inform the guards that we're just having a practice duel, brawl, learning, whatnot.
Definitely letting them know.
So, yeah.
We're
just getting some practice in.
Because now you're being observed with curiosity.
Yes.
As to which way this is going to go.
Yeah. Giant 7-foot tall dragon, 3.5-foot tall rat.
And the smart money's on the rat.
Oh, they're so going to be betting on us.
Of course.
Uh,
All right, attack rolls.
Fiona's faster, so she'd go first.
Oh, that's right. We're rolling 1d6s now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's true.
All right. So, are we just going to go based off our initiative bonus to determine who goes first for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes
All right.
sense.
Cool. I have a +4,
was
so I
kinda
guess
just
Fiona
thinking
goes.
simultaneity, but
Okay.
Ow.
Well, I'm just thinking we both get extra attacks and everything.
Yeah, we both effectively attacked twice.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Does a 21 hit you?
No.
All right. And the second attack, that is an 18, so that's also a no.
6.
I think it's worth asking, Vellos, are you adding your shield modifier?
Yes,
Okay.
he can.
Fiona did not ask him to fight without a shield, since she's practicing hitting hard to hit opponents.
Makes sense.
18.
An 18 would hit. Yes.
Yeah,
That's one successful land on Vellos.
just do the same thing, just with the tail, pretty much.
No.
Sails right over her head.
All right. Fiona ducks under the tail and goes in for a punch, but that doesn't work. And so she swings around to hit again. Also doesn't work.
So, counter
Her scales
swing.
her punches keep bouncing off the armor. She
Yeah,
hasn't quite found the secret way to hit you yet to deal damage.
yeah, Vellos is a tough nut to crack.
Yes.
Well, he's
And it's also a
struggling.
no.
He's struggling a little bit to hit a very agile rat.
She is very small and very fast. That one does hit, though.
That's a tail to the stomach.
I jump over the claw strike only to get hit by the tail that comes from behind.
Unfortunate.
That is also a no.
That hits.
22. All right.
All right. 2 successful hits for Vellos, 1 successful hit for Fiona.
Oh, that's natural.
That's a nat 1.
Oh dear. 4.
Vellos, you trip.
Oh no.
God, shit.
So what does this mean for me?
That means Vellos can use half movement to stand up or stay prone.
Yeah, he's gonna stand back up, grumbling, and continue the attack.
You're right yourself instead of falling face first into the dirt.
Yeah, don't want that embarrassment. Stumbles a bit, but catches himself and
21 will hit.
probably.
Fiona is small and quick, but she's a lot less armored than Vellos is. So it's easier to actually hit her or damage her when you connect.
Yeah, uses the momentum of his near fall to lead into a tail whip.
Sweep Fiona's legs out from under her.
God damn it! 18 does not hit. That's another 21. That one gets caught on your shield.
I believe the match goes to Vellos.
Yep.
Also,
You are very hard to hit, man.
It's what I do. Hmm.
Good experience, though. I did manage to get past you once. I'm proud about that.
Yeah, you got a good hit in there. You're fairly hard to hit yourself. Very nimble, holy crap.
I do a lot of practicing. I'm not as nimble as my teacher. I did not practice all the tumbling like he told me. I practiced more on I guess strength training, even though I'm not as strong as other people. Which is unfortunate. But
Teacher was
I got too used to getting into actual brawls than in street fights. So, AKA, I am at proficient in athletics, but not acrobatic. Still has a +4 because of dexterity bonus and all that, but no proficiency die.
Oh well.
Anyways, thanks for that, Vellos.
No problem.
I look forward to the next one.
Oh joy. I was regretting life choices right now.
Please. Fiona took the brunt of that one.
Okay.
You're
so
fine.
heading back. Are you guys returning to the wagon, or are you heading elsewhere? After having roughed each other up a little bit.
Fiona will suggest they go to the tavern. Get some drinks.
Yeah, sounds about
Nothing
right.
like a good drink after a good brawl.
Yeah, let's pop in with Lantern in case the others head back to the wagon, so everybody knows where we're going.
Oh, you guys are greeted by a sight.
It is a sight.
That I am getting to the right channel while we speak. Oh, come on. There we go.
Oh dear.
Oh yes.
Excellent. I can't wait to see.
I can't either.
Yeah.
I think I uploaded it to the wrong.
I can just pop it in through OBS so that works.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. I might pop it into OBS anyways.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Well,
Fucking haunted look.
The problem is, he's kind of feeling it, and he's not sure how to feel about how he's kind of feeling it. Like, he kind of feels pretty, and he's not sure how to cope with that.
You gonna pop this in for public viewing?
Go ahead. Oh, wait. I can't say that.
Lantern?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Here we are. I gouge is certainly feeling it.
I gotta just feeling it. Cupcake is mostly feeling that femurs are delicious, but
I can't stop laughing.
Lantern is, in fact, talking to the hyenas encouragingly as she braids more ribbons into their manes. The general tenet of it is, yes, you are so pretty. You have such pretty fur. You're such pretty creatures, and everyone is going to see how pretty you are. You know, like when you're talking to your cat while you put it in a sweater.
So now Lantern has effectively become Hyena Mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
She thinks they're very, very cute.
Completely valid opinion. No biases here.
None whatsoever.
Fiona looks over at the two hyenas, sees that they're not getting angry at Lantern for what she's doing to them, and decides to leave it be.
You get a hint as to why they are being so cooperative when after she gets to maybe the 10th or 12th line to eye gouger about how beautiful he is. You notice she slips him a little piece of nondescript jerky. And you immediately get an idea as to how specifically Lantern is doing such a great job getting along with these creatures.
Vellos just stands there for a few moments. Okay, that happened.
Oh, hello! I didn't notice you were back. I've decorated the hyenas.
I see that.
We can see that.
I was thinking of putting fake jewels on their harness to make it look extra pretty, but I don't think they would stand up to that very well, and also they might be too heavy, and I don't want the babies to be uncomfortable. Yes, that's right. I want you to be very comfy and very pretty, which you already are. Yes, that's right, you cute little... You get the idea.
Oh, all right. Me and Fiona were gonna head to the usual tavern to get some food and drink. You can come with us if you want, but if the others stop by, just let them know where we went.
I will stay and let them know where you went, because I am not completely done here.
All right.
That's fair. Turns out Vellos is just as hard to hit as I thought he was. And I'm happy to report that he won the duel.
Oh my goodness! Wonderful job, Mr. Shiny! You did so good!
Thank you.
I'll get
Fiona is very strong and tough, so beating her in a duel is an achievement.
We went by who could land 3 blows first, and he won.
Lantern nods wisely and says, "That is a good way to make sure both of you keep all of your teeth."
Oh yes, indeed.
Else is just gonna lean down and whisper. Else is just gonna lean down and whisper. I am really glad I just used my claws and tail.
I didn't hear a word that was said.
I am really glad I am really glad I just used my claws and tail.
I'm sure it would have been fine. Maybe. Possibly. I just work here.
Yeah.
And as you guys head back to the Errant Fireball for well-earned drinks.
Yes.
Once the next mealtime comes around, Dori will pack up, ask Bruno if he's ready to go or if he's really into that book.
He's been really into that book. Trying to decipher it now.
It's turning into a study project for you.
Yes, it is.
Well, maybe you can check it out and bring it along with us.
Good idea.
I thought so.
Okay. Right.
If Bruno and Dori come back to the wagon to see where everyone is, Lantern will have, by that point, have finished up with her adornment of these creatures.
Actually, Dori has got a cool new spell. And when they leave the library, he's going to...
Bruno, as you make your way to see if there's anybody who would let you check out the book, as you kind of talk to the proprietors of the establishment, I guess the owners of the manor, they don't recognize the book as part of their collection.
Okay.
And are such willing to just let you have it for a small fee.
For how much?
Given its heavy arcane nature and symbology, they're willing to let you walk away with it for 150 gold, as it does not appear to be a spell book.
As Bruno's trying to decide if he should try and haggle. As his player, since I have no idea how to properly haggle, he's just going to accept that for now.
Okay.
So he will pay the 150. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to pay more, they certainly won't stop you.
No. He's going to keep the 270 he has left.
And once they're outside of the building, Dori will pull out her brand new shiny spell and send to Lantern. Hey, Lantern, are y'all still at the wagon, or did you go to the tavern? You can answer this. It's Dori.
How many words of response do I get?
25.
1 second.
Oh, God.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
What have you done?
Haven't we done?
Hold on, I gotta count real quick. Okay. So the thing is, Lantern doesn't know about the 25 word limit.
Sensible.
So what you get back is, oh my goodness, hello, Dori. Yes, I am here at the wagon, but everyone else went to get drinks at the place we have been.
We're going back to the wagon to get Lantern. I think I need to explain to Lantern how the spell works so she can actually reply with the useful information first.
Characters. 25 words.
Yep.
Yep.
So they'll head back to the wagon.
You see that the hyenas have been, in a word, festooned.
Oh my.
Oh, Lantern.
Hello, Dori. That was a neat spell, unless it was somebody playing a trick. But it sounded like you, so I think it was you doing the spell, yes?
Yes, it was me. 1 minute. And Dori will take out a sheet of paper and go, taking pictures is making memories, and take a picture of the hyenas.
Capturing the one gnawing on a bone and the other looking like he's having some sort of internal hyena revelation.
Yes, exactly.
As a reminder, these creatures are a little bit larger than the horses.
She had to climb them, yes.
Oh boy!
This is so cool, Lantern. So
I was
cool.
worried that people might be frightened of them, so I figured I should bring out their beauty instead of their toughness. Was going to use the hyena stuff to decorate them because, it matches. But I thought that it made them look too tough and powerful and scary, and they might frighten people. So I decided to go with something else.
Makes sense. They still look imposing.
Well, yes, they are very cool and tough.
Yes.
Anyway, do you want to go back to the place where our friends are?
Yeah.
They had a fight, not like a real one, like a duel fight.
Uh-huh.
Vellos won.
Cool. We'll have to get them to tell us all about it. By the way, well, I'll wait till we get to the tavern and tell everybody at once.
Oh, okay.
So,
Lantern gives you an exhaustive expose on the many ways that you can potentially tie a bow that she has learned on the way to the tavern.
Dori will actually pay attention to all of it.
She may have uncovered new developments in bow technology, is all I'm saying.
Well, okay.
But either way, she happily goes to the tavern to meet up with the rest of the group.
When we get to the tavern and we're seated with Fiona and Vellos, Dori will tell everybody, I have a new spell. Well, I actually have two of them, but the other one is just for battles
Combat.
and such. This one is one we can use anytime. Although there's only a limited number of times I can cast it a day. But I can send a message to anybody I know in 25 words or less, and they can respond in 25 words or less, which I figure will come in handy when we're trying to coordinate two different groups doing two different things.
That sounds very useful.
Thank you.
Long distance communication is definitely something that is very useful.
I thought so. I went back and forth because there was a couple of spells that I could have taken that seemed really useful. But that one I decided was probably the most useful. For now.
We do have to scout a lot, so having someone who's able to, especially since you can also turn yourself invisible.
Yeah. But the problem is that once I cast the spell, I go visible.
Yeah.
But I could cast it on somebody else, or I could cast invisible on somebody else too. So
Yes.
lots of uses there.
I got a spell that lets me make plants grow fast, like that guy who did the tomato seed in that guy's teeth. But I'm not going to use it for that, because I give you guys sticks to make sure you don't have any tomato seeds in your teeth.
Keep in mind you're not showing the last time Lantern actually provided you guys with tomatoes, since those don't travel well.
There
I've
are
just
other
gotten
seeds you can get in your
faster.
teeth.
I've just gotten faster, and I think I've come up with a new way to punch people.
Oh, that's
I didn't know there were so many ways. You're discovering new things in punching, I think.
Well, you guys all have your magic power with your spells.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. What I use isn't quite the same, but I think I figured out a way to use the energy that I do have to disrupt somebody else's facilities and kind of momentarily stun them, I guess, is a good way to explain it.
Cool.
Huh.
Very
It's
cool.
like it's like if you got hit in the head by something out of nowhere, and that ringing sensation you get.
Mhm.
I think I could do that if I just punch someone anywhere.
Oh, that sounds mildly terrifying.
Mhm.
I think. I haven't practiced it yet.
It's
And I didn't want to
Fiona,
practice on
it's already
Vellos when I
terrifying.
dueled him earlier.
From the neighboring table, you hear, "Woo! Punching people out!"
Yeah! But from what I gathered when I was punching those gnolls in the kidneys, I think I can punch people in a way that I think I can stun them as if I hit them in the head every single time.
Neat.
I can only do it so often because it does require me to use my internal energy to do so, but
Well, that's the way those things work.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if they aren't tough enough to shake off something like that, well, then
That's not your problem.
should make it
Their
a lot
problem.
easier for the rest of you guys to hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not great at hitting guys, so I appreciate having help. I'm not bad at it. I'm just not great at it.
I don't know, that moonbeam you throw down is very useful.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
that's not
wow.
hitting guys.
Yeah.
That's zapping guys. That's a totally different skill set. I'm pretty good at zapping guys.
You are. You're very good at zapping.
Yes, you are.
Lantern looks delighted by the praise.
But no, Vellos is just as tough to hit as I thought he was.
Okay.
Funny thing is, I can still get tougher.
Ooh, interesting.
How would you
Always
guys feel about ending a little early today? I know we've been doing that past couple of sessions, but
I think that makes sense. We kind of came to a stopping point here, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're at a good stopping point.
A little too late to introduce or start anything, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
alright. Go
Yep.
ahead and thank you all for coming. I look forward to seeing you all next week. And Thorn, whenever you're free again, let us know. We'll be delighted to have you back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Come fight monsters for your honeymoon.
Bring her along.
I'm that, but you do you.
And on that, I will see you all next week for more chaos.
Yay!
Yep.
Chaos.
Yay.